So what had happened was, I basically fell asleep after working, and then I woke up, and obviously I'm not just gonna start the stream right away, so I delayed it by an hour, and that is totally my fault, but what can I do? So again, I'm gonna start the stream in about a minute or two. I just need to make sure everything's okay, because I do not have everything set up that I was supposed to, but like I said, I woke up, had to do some things where I'm at, just to make sure, because obviously I can't just wake up and start streaming. I mean, I could, technically, but I had things to take care of. So, here we go. Yeah, so the stream will be starting soon. I will be checking on the stream health, and then I will be back. Thank you. And I will be starting in about 30 seconds. I just saw something that I did not like, so I had to go fix it. Took me longer than I expected, but I will begin in just a moment. Anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I'll try to be looking at chat. It'll depend, though, because I am trying to also set things up on the side, so that's not great for me. Alright, and then we will do this. By 30 seconds, it'll depend on how fast I can type what I'm typing right here. The best I can do with what I have, but it's what I have, so... And by that I mean what I'm streaming with, because, as I said before, for those who don't know, I'm not working with the best setup right now, so... Underscore, please. But I will take advice when it works out for me. One of them being, well, I got a phone, might as well put it to use. And by I got a phone, it's not even my phone, so I have to literally go get one from someone else. And then I have to make sure that it works in the way that I want it to, otherwise I will not be able to see things, because for some reason, I don't want to make Idle Manager smaller than it already is on my screen, so that's why I am doing things like this. But without further ado, we'll be switching in about 3, 2, 1. Oof. Why can't I see? There we go. And I will be loading it. Well, we'll be leaving off from what we had before. So I don't even remember what it is. I should have made my stream names save names something completely different. But all that really needs to be remembered is that I'm going through story mode, so I can look at the task, I can know what I'm doing there. As for what I'm doing exactly, I mean, I know I'm doing concerts and singles, but I'm also having a little fun game with the singles, but we're back into it. I think I just got done with the concert, if I recall correctly, too. Yeah. Oh, stamina is a little shot, but I mean, I really don't need to because I'm not doing anything. My idols aren't taking advertisements and whatnot, so they're not part of any TV dramas. Whatever has a stamina cost over time, I keep forgetting which one, unless it's both of them. I also remember that I need to do promotions when I need to, and try to time an award ceremony, which I don't think I'll be able to do. 6 months? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Variety show drama roll into... Yeah, so I have this, but I was testing something out with this, so that's why I left it the way it was. And then, other than that, yeah, just doing things like this. I have to wait for the concert anyway to do the election, so, yeah. Oof, let me do something over here for a moment. Ah! Alright, should be good now. Alright. What do I want to do? What am I doing exactly? I guess... Oh, I was trying to also audition for more plats, if possible. You know, I might as well just do this now. I swear the buff period runs out, but maybe I've just gone crazy now. Let's do this, and I think I'll finally fast forward. I don't think I'm concentrating on any influence goals as well, which would be nice if someone starts to get bullied, but I think I'm fine for the moment. So let's fast forward here, and let's hope I did not accidentally mess something out. And we'll do that. And we'll keep going. So, I have to remember also to save every now and then so that the game doesn't freeze up. It doesn't happen too often. It happens in a few particular spots, but other than that, it can happen. For me, it happens when I do too many auditions. But again, it's not something it's not a problem or a bug I can replicate. And those are the only real instances I notice of soft locking ever since version 1.01 came out. So I feel confident that, I mean, nothing too bad will happen, but gotta make sure that might as well take safety measures, right? Also, I need to look at this just to be sure. I would like to get the awards again because I did not time them well. Though, is that only a nomination? Really? Well, I'm sad. Debut idol, nomination, and then award. So again, the award buffs are not necessary for most people playing through. On Unfair, I can imagine that people can get through it without any award buffs just fine. But they do make things easier, and they're things to get if you really want to get them, depending on your playstyle. Granted, again, the concert cheese and the single spamming, I guess I'll call them, are pretty good strategies just overall. What did I want to do? I mean, if nothing else, I can at least give each of them. So basically, the way I do my drama promotions, or any promotion that does stamina per week with a contract for over 3 months, is that I basically just assign them to us. So any idol that is not using any stamina per week, I consider them viable for a drama proposal. And anyone who does, I kind of look at it, but usually I won't. Usually I'll try to fill out everyone with some kind of stamina cost per week, if you're really trying to be efficient. Again, I don't need to do this, most likely, but if we're being a little bit optimal, I will do it. Also, yeah, I'm just waiting for a date for a story, so nothing else really I can do there. And then as for my plat farming, or platinum idol search, I have one already, but I mean, more will always be good for making your life easier, so... Again, as for the work I do, my main job, or not job, I guess, the main thing I do to try to earn money for a living in real life is I am a game developer myself. Again, I don't want to talk about projects just to be safe, but for the most part, I do that, and then I write as well. It's, in this current worldly situation that we have, it's not great, so gotta try to find an opening, and if I can't find any openings, then... Because like I said, I have done work, and it has gone okay, but the level of success is... to the average person, it's not the level of success that most people would be comfortable with. So, I'm also scraping... I'm gonna keep swinging through life when possible, and you do what you can, and if it sticks, it sticks. If not, then you try to find something. But that's why I've kind of spread myself... across 3 things. Again, I'm not looking for... I mean, if this channel explodes for whatever reason, it explodes. But I'm not, you know... First and foremost, this channel is for myself to have fun. Because I kind of want to stay in touch with video games. To some extent. Video games have done a lot for me in life, so... yeah, without video games, I would not be as good as I am today. I think is a good way to put it for myself. Who is the... I think it's you, right, Hayaka? I feel like it's you, just looking at your stats. So we're going to socialize once here and make sure that influence is great. Also, if there are any comments in chat, I will try to... Because, I mean, I've seen my share of bots before, both on other streaming platforms and on YouTube streaming and comments by itself. So forgive me if for some reason I don't respond to some things in chat. It should be quite obvious at a glance, so if I respond, I respond. If not, then I hope... don't take it too seriously, please. But I have about 1 more before the regional. Yeah, so we'll wait for that regional. I also need to make sure that I'm releasing singles. Okay, so about 2 more days. There's a weird little period in between the periods. It's not exactly a day after the single, from a month from when the single release. It feels that way, but again, I could be wrong. I feel like there is something about that, though. Oh, goodness. Alright, we'll just take that then. And then regional, please. Over here. Again, I'm also doing this to kind of test something, taking these proposals, because I swear you need to do them at the same time. If not, then, well, you know. I should also just get working on another single. How I can release a single. A single, I say. And I was gonna save it, but yeah, you know what? What's the harm in saving it? So I'm gonna delete this interim save right here. Save another one. Again, when I start doing challenge runs, it'll probably be a general rule along with no concert cheese. And maybe a limit for singles per month. Obviously, I'll probably allow 2, but then as for saving, I will probably not allow myself to save. Just only using the chapter threshold saves. And then maybe 1 save just to make sure when things don't break, but that'll probably be right after the chapter starts, so... And again, these viral singles, I should stop making them cost so much, because I might need to do stuff. So I'll make cheaper swing singles now. So, viral... Yeah, I'll just call it viral at this point. I don't really... I hope saying that doesn't somehow get me in trouble. Because I've had some... I've seen, basically, and I've seen some weird algorithms before that catch people who don't really deserve to be caught, let's just say, just by saying things in the video. I mean, it's been about a couple minutes, at least for stream. I don't know the exact rules for streaming. I'm kind of aware of them, and then for videos, obviously, it's a whole thing, but... So let's get started on this single. So throw this over to choreo, or I could throw it to song. Yeah, let's throw up the song. Just to try to make 2. 2 million is usually the threshold. No other, even when a single pops by another quote another AI group, they will not. I think the highest I've seen is like 1.8. Maybe they popped 2 mil, but I mean 2.5 mil. I've yet to see something like that. So that said, I might as well make another one. Again, this is more for training the stats. Not that I need to, just to reiterate, but I am just gonna do it. Just to be sure. We're gonna keep making Hayaka-chan the center. So both the staff member stats and the idols' team chemistry to make them... to push them at least to the 80 mark. I don't know if that's an exact threshold, like if the number turning green immediately provides some bonus, but... I mean, higher is better, if nothing else, so... Oh, again, overall, if I do 3 nationwides, 4 to 5 regionals, and a bunch of locals, then theoretically I have a chance to get a platinum. I already did, so I think with that in mind, I have a 25% chance of getting 2 plats, if we're looking at it that way. Because 50%, because the approximate value is like 50% chance of getting a plat idol through the number of editions I do, so... And maybe not. Maybe I have to rethink my probability, my mathematical work, basically, but I should be able to fit one more local. Let me just make sure. Okay, good. So she's gonna go try to graduate. I'm gonna say nah, because I want her to last at least until the story ends. If not, then, well, it is what it is. I did my best. Also, probably need to push idols. I'll remember to do that right after this. So that's silver's nice, but I'm looking for plats. Golds could, if you see a gold, you should probably take a gold at this stage of the story, but that's not what I want to do. So I think I'm focusing vocal idols as well. So that would be Tomomi and Mika right after. And then we go with that. I think we could fit one more local. If I pause time correctly, I should be able to do one more local if we're guaranteed. I keep forgetting. I think it's a good habit that whenever some task finishes, you pause the game. That way, you don't lose more time, quote unquote. Unless you're speedrunning, obviously, or trying to play through faster, then I can understand why you're kind of you just leave things on fast forward. So I'm gonna work on one single here, and then I'm gonna send it back to. I'm gonna send Producer-san's task back to farming additions. Whoa, my throat! Also need to check if I can do concerts now. 7 days. I might as well also work on it. Oh, no, I can't. That's right. You need a concert in production first. Question mark? Let's just be sure. Yeah. So we're gonna let that ride, and then we'll see. Also, I think one of the tasks complete, the story task completed. I need to get, again, multitasking and being aware are not my strong points, if anything. So yeah, so here we go. We're going to continue the story. Not much, again. Gameplay over story. I don't think I put that in this description. But yeah, so they're going to release their single. You can blow Phantom Facade out of the charts if your viral ad campaign goes out well. But, and this is basically the moment of truth. So, at least when the conditions start showing. And we will see if I had, because they only do it for 1 month. I wonder if there's, no, they can't be an achievement for that, because again, that's RNG in that case. So if not this month, then next month. And you know what, I might as well try it. So what I'm gonna do is, when my single doesn't have the sales debuff anymore, I'm gonna basically run through each and every thing. Does it? Okay, so is it when a new chapter starts? Is that really when it happens? So basically, I just lost all my award buffs. Or maybe it's when the new year starts. So again, I think I remember thinking about that. I was like, oh, so when the new year starts, you lose all your buffs. So, which kind of, unless it's 6 months, I can't imagine. Okay, so let's stop here for a moment, because let's brainstorm. Actually, this is a good question to think about, in case I want to ask Sadab Bobber, the lead developer / programmer for this game. Because the game, I'm pretty sure the game starts based on the current date of your calendar, right? On your computer. So when Idle Manager starts, so we're at, let's just say that it's August 1st right now if you start a new game. I thought the game starts on August 1st. If not, just forget everything I'm saying. But again, for the award buffs, it's either 6 months or when a new year starts. If that's the case, that's kind of, for balancing issues maybe, if that's the intent. Otherwise, it's kind of something that, I don't know. I feel like keeping those buffs for until the next award show is, I mean, I understand it might be overpowered, but yeah, it is what it is. So with that said, so since I don't have the buff anymore, I'm just gonna make Producer-san like just start working crazy. So I'll get these singles done, and then we will see. Because I don't think I've yet, I mean, I don't really concentrate on it, but since I kind of know strats for doing viral ad campaigns, then yes, this is gonna involve save scumming, but well, it is what it is. I could also just start doing it now, but I'm going to wait for the single to finish before I do anything. That way I can do everything in once, so I don't have to load as much, is the point of this. So, you know what, I think I can fit another single. Well, I could get one started, but I probably won't be able to put it as part of my test. So, you know, for the sake of the argument, we'll do this. Hayaka will be the center once more, unless I do. Yeah, well, she hasn't been part of the single yet. Okay, that makes single yet. We'll do the story in the meanwhile. That way we can get these out of the way. I don't have to load as much. So, Aya wants to travel the world a lot. She wants to mooch off of you, except, you know, it looks shady, but it's one of the routes you can take. On top of that, so Phantasm Facade is going to release. I highly doubt there's anything special if you top them in the charts, but if there is, we're going to find out. And if I can manage to top them in the charts. But without anything else, yeah, so this one will at least finish. Maybe I should work on this next one as well. Yeah, so we'll let this one finish, and then we'll start going through and seeing which one. Because like I said, if you weren't here for the last stream, basically how Vira ad campaigns work from a technical standpoint, it kind of in concept, but I see it in practice, is that I feel like once you start, like, so once we make the single, so you hit new single, and then you hit produce, and then it's in your queue, the result is already decided. Or maybe it's decided when you finish the last task for it. Regardless, for sure, once it finishes, I know for a fact that when you release it, save scum, try to load to try to get new RNG, then it's the same result because this wheel shows the same animation. I mean, that's kind of by eye trying to determine, but since it never seems to change, and I assume that the RNG is determined either at the time you make the single, or like you have the single in queue, or when you make the last one. Regardless, what's important is that you can't have one ready like this, release it, oh, it rolled a failure, load it, and then load it. So save before you release the single, oh, I failed, load it, and then it's going to be the same result. I know that for sure. Unless that's completely wrong. We're about to find out. So we're going to use this save file to kind of test. So, again, I mean, you know, just to be thorough. I also haven't been doing my daily performances. I really should be. But, so we're going to go through, because I have a bunch of these queued. And these are all queued for a point later on in the game, but so this is just the regular ad campaign, but I'm looking for any that have critical successes. So after this, and that was only 200,000 unfortunately, so I don't know why I tried that at all. I have to remember not to hit that one. I also named them the exact names, so anything that has a critical success, basically I'm just gonna go load it. Ooh, this is close. Okay. Immediately, that campaign, unless it's only 100,000. Oh my goodness. Of all the viral campaign singles that I put out, that had to be the one that I only put 100,000 for. That had to be an old one too, so. Yeah, so that one's gonna fail. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. So we're gonna keep releasing these. Wait 7 days so that my idols don't get injured by any chance. Oh, sometimes it does that and it reaches to the other side. So do hold your breath when that happens. Again, if you want to kind of play with RNG, it's like, oh, you get too much money. Then my short proposal is to basically bet a good portion of your equity or a good portion of your money on each single, and do viral ad campaign. That's basically the whole point. So I'm pretty sure this month is when Phantom Facade will be released their single. They'll automatically top the charts with about 1.5 to 1.8 mil. Maybe it's dependent on your own fans or some other variables, but for the most part, they will top the charts. At least in every playthrough I've seen. So, let's find out. Also, yeah, again, I'm waiting here for their physical stamina to kind of recover. I could throw. Oh, I don't even have what? I don't have. Have I had that the whole time and never put? Okay, well, let's fix that. So let's do this. Again, doctor's office is a kind of. I mean, I don't doubt it might be not optimal, but I can see kind of the potential for it. So the reason why you might use it. So let's see here. We'll throw her in here. Just so that we can release singles after. So that'll take about... And if it doesn't happen soon enough, then I will just release a few more singles. Then we go on. Again, I'm looking at the physical stamina right now. So I should be able to release a few more. Kind of see which ones. And if any, again, like I said, if any of them are a critical success, I load the game and do. I mean, I'm gonna load the game regardless, but at least it tells me which ones I can use to beat Phantom Facade. Which, I mean, is meant to be not possible. I assume the intent is that they'll always top the charts and you're supposed to feel bad, but I mean, if it's possible, it's definitely possible. Otherwise, maybe if, for some reason, if the program is listening right now and they can correct me before I say anything, then maybe they're just always like a million ahead of whoever is in front. So again, I ran out of money there, so I might just be loading regardless. This election didn't give me anything. Or yeah, this election concert single didn't give me anything. And then, yeah, so not enough. So I gotta remember, I didn't name them differently, so I just have to remember based on the placement of them. So I'm gonna load it here. Well, I'm gonna go to the main menu and load it. I'm just stuck in it because this was a bug where you couldn't load it properly. And for me, it is just safer, so. Let me just make sure. I hope okay, good. I thought I had not started the stream properly. I would have been very, very sad. But, so, right underneath, I think it's this one we start off from. Nope. It'll succeed, but I don't know if I'll reach the amount of fans I was supposed to, yeah. Again, critical success, this will probably be like 3 million, 4 million, maybe even it just maxes out, so. I don't remember, so I'm just gonna go from here and try to see. Yeah. And then a few more. Some of me felt I should probably get started just to kind of see what it would have been. Unless this is the critical. Is this the, oh, it's so close. It's so close. Shoot. Well, I think that last one succeeded too, but let's throw this over for producer-san to do, and then we'll have our idols rest, and then we'll try to release we'll release the rest of the virus singles. Oh man, that really makes me sad going to see that. Actually, no, I don't want to tamper with it. I could tamper with the save. I guess I'll save this save for testing purposes, but I don't think these are ever random. I mean, you can randomize them. I know by modding you can have events with random results, but for the most part, at least the ones that are in vanilla Idol Manager, I don't think they're random. And maybe a few of them are, but for the most part, I haven't seen any differences. If they have critical failures, then there's a good chance that each choice is usually the same, so. Yeah, so I'm missing money here, actually, so I don't think I can. Unless I do this concert, but that's not the point. So we're going to load it really quickly. And by that, I mean go to the main menu and load it. I did not... I mean, I guess you just have to take... To anyone listening, you just have to take this for my word. I did not tamper with the saves at all to kind of give myself some stealth benefits, which you can do if you know how to change values in your save file, but it is what it is. So, we're going to work on this one, get the lyrics out. How much does it cost? I can't remember. Wait, really? I released a single early? Well, let's see here. No, I have to wait. Okay, no, okay. I was just waiting anyway, so I actually didn't release a single this month yet, or I'm still under the sales debuff is the important part. And we will see. I mean, I guess I could be working on virals in the meantime, but I'll do that in the actual save I'm going through. Again, we're stopping here just for kind of for science, basically. So if I don't get it here, I'm just gonna load it, and then I mean, I'll do one more save kind of scum thing, but after that, I would love for this to be a critical success. Oh my goodness! So, if nothing else, we'll make this one the one that does it, but I don't know which ones I have. I'm just gonna do these two up here, and then obviously there's one more, so I probably can fit 2 more viral productions after this, or in one more Safe Scum. But again, we're doing this for science, for the brainstorming, I guess, as I should say. And now, yeah, this is gonna fail as well. So now we load it one more time, and we're gonna be we're gonna play for real for a moment. And if nothing else, then we'll load a minimum of 1 more time. But after that, we'll play this proper. Again, I'm doing it more for science, and again, I think I can just I'll end up testing this myself off stream. But if nothing else, for other people to learn, then that's how this is how you can kind of Safe Scum with viral ad campaigns. But not that it really matters unless you absolutely need to get to the top of the chart. So we need to do this. We need to do choreo, and then I will make 1 more single, because this one might be able to complete before I can before the end of the month, which is when you need to compete with Phantom Facade. Again, you don't need to. It's not any there's not any condition for, you don't get anything for topping them, and if you do, then we're gonna find out. But for the most part, there's not really nothing that I've seen. I'm gonna decline that just so at least she trains her stats. I need to hire the doctor again, because I did not hire a doctor for like 3 chapters. If nothing else, this is for vanity, because I might not even use it. But, and I should have been doing this over and over again. Ooh, I did not do something I was supposed to be. Yeah. So everything's gonna queue in. The Tomomi single that I'm doing for the Influence Wish is what I will be releasing if nothing else happens. So this goes until, well, that will go into lyrics, but this goes over here, kind of resets itself. Decline this really quickly, throw this into the lyrics. Okay, maybe I won't be able to complete it in time, because, again, Producer-san takes 7 days. I mean, again, we'll see, but... So right around... Oh, we'll do the story first. Ah! Oh no, 100,000. No, what about them? And then we'll do the Fujimoto here, because we're doing Fujimoto route. Then we'll do Kokona here. Kokona will remember that. Oof, that's a lot. These are all pretty much my star idols too. Feels really bad. Again, you don't have to accept it. I don't think that one does anything for you, so you don't have to accept it if you don't want. It does give you a lot of money. That's the whole point. But let me just pause this here, and then we'll do this save in term 2. And then we'll see, because then we're gonna test out these last 2 singles, or last single if possible. So if Producer-san can do it before the end of the month, then I will be able to at least see if anything. Again, I did have 1 crit success viral, but I only set it to 100,000. I could fix that through the save file, but I'm not gonna do that much. So yeah, I don't think Producer-san's gonna make it. And then, hurry up. No, I'm not going to make it. So, if nothing else, let's see how long Producer-san takes. So around this here is when it happens. So 1 day, and he's only like a 5th, a 4th. 2 days. 2 days now. Yeah, he's not going to make it. 3 days. And we'll just release this. Yeah, we'll just release that now. Unless this is the crit success, I would be... Oh, close. So again, we're keeping these holstered in the chamber of chapter 5, 6. I want to keep saying 6, but... Okay, well, I'm going to do this for curiosity. Or maybe I could have paused... You know what? This is the difference between a pause and a not. Oh, never mind. I have the 31st of January. Okay, so we can test this. Let's see what we get. Nothing. So we're gonna load it and we're gonna release that Tomomi single. We'll probably release one more single, kind of to just readjust. Well, no. So okay, no more saves coming. We'll do this proper again. That was only to try to top Phantom Facade on the chart, unless they're already set to have like 1 million more than the person who's quote unquote first, so that they're in first. But regardless, yeah, the testing is done. So we'll release Tomomi's single for her influence here, which will succeed, but it probably won't top Phantom Facade. I get so close. So again, that's with the fan boost that I have right now. And that's with Funk because, so, I mean, it's not the most, and with my fame level that low, so it's not the most optimal for topping the charts, but, so let's do this. Let's do all of these. Let's pause the game and do all of these. Oh, goodness. I almost did a thing. Are you trying to sabotage me? Again, you don't have to do all of these if I want to do Fujimoto's route specifically, but it makes me feel better. Again, this probably might be like a challenge rule I set up for a challenge run where you have to do all of these. And if nothing else, you do these because they allow you to see the requirements for one of the, for basically on average for most players, the toughest quest for the story. So we'll find out. So Fujimoto's being a bro by taking us to dinner. And it's not like you can really refuse him anyway, but the tutorial book says to do so, lore-wise and technical-wise. But so again, I guess we could go over this. A lowered rent. I mean, I guess because the floors do tend to be costly. Unless you do concert cheese. So with concert cheese, you don't really have to worry about rent. Of course, if you start putting on floors, because I don't even know how many, does the game just keep expanding floors, or is there a certain set of floors? Regardless, I do know that the rent can raise up to like, I want to say, I swear I've seen like 1 million. I've never used that many floors. Usually I'm kind of just speeding through story routes or test runs, so I never test how many floors there are. Someone probably has the answer. I can look it up, but I'm not going to do it right now. Hall promotion dailies. Well, promotion dailies is not performance dailies. If I'm not, I gotta remember what they. I don't know that name. I understand that name, why you name them that way, but for me, I always forget the difference between one is fans, one is money, obviously. But promotions or performance. Promotion, I guess you can think of you're promoting yourself to fans, so it increases your fans. While putting on a performance gets you money because people. I guess that's how I remember. And if I'm wrong, then I need to switch that around, and it's even more confusing. So better translate. So 5% to all future income from ticketed events, including concerts. Hey, here you go. Probably not the best. Probably not what I should have done, but. And we'll give Fujimoto this because we can. Also, I need to be doing concerts so to get money. So that's my fault. I guess that's the thing. If you want to automate your money, you're not going to get as much as, say, micromanaging a concert like this, but if the time you save by doing concerts, micromanaging a concert, like basically doing concerts, if you save time by doing this, then yeah. I need to also come up with an election during this, so I hope I saved enough money. I do have enough money. Now, let's scratch that. I do have enough money. No need to even question that. But just making sure we're okay. Ooh, something I forgot to do. Alright. So nothing else really happened. I just did a couple of quests, and we paid Fujimoto his 100 million and 300 million. I'm saying this just in case I put this on a video for YouTube, but yeah, so 92, yeah, so Tomomi and Hayaka, Talk Break, the other 3, and then this is my rotation. Again, this is to kind of spread out the stamina loss if you're really trying to keep stamina high. Otherwise, you can just do whatever you want, really. So we'll shift it over to there, and we'll try to use the one who is not having as much stamina loss per week. And then again, the check is you set this to the max price, you go down, you go down, you go down. And basically when it doesn't change is when you want to move, but you're trying to get to 100% attendance. If it's at 100%, you move down. But at this point, 2 billion is not bad, so it is what it is. So we're going to decline both of these, and even with 2 million fans, I should be able to do this last one. It's going to be topping the charts, it's going to be a little iffy. But in that case, I think I should be just fine with saving a handshake event. So we're going to give him 300 million here. But we'll also try to do that. With that said, 3 pop singles in a month. So we'll do that next month. So 3 pop singles. That, yeah, I always forget which category. Music producers. 3 pop singles. Oh, I'm already on. Never mind. I have them ready, but I don't want to. What we're actually going. Now you know what? That means February will be my readjustment month. What I mean by that is, eventually the debuffs, the month debuff will push you, because if you have to do one every day. So say I released a single on December 24th, you have to wait 1 month. So the next single that you can put out without being debuffed by having the sales debuff is on the 25th of January. And you can see how every day, so February 26th is the next, assuming you release singles on these dates, March 27th, even if I get it wrong, just assume I'm doing April 28th, May 29th. Eventually you're going to reach the point where you can't release a single while not under the debuff. That's why you can set up, say, a readjustment month. But regardless, you're going to be releasing a single during a debuff month. However, if your goal is to top every single chart, then you can still top every single chart if you either have so many fans that they buy out as many as you need to top the chart, even with the debuff, or you get a critical success on the viral ad campaign. So, yeah. That said, I guess, yeah, no, again, we'll wait. So February 1st, I'm going to release more singles at the same time. I think I can, let's find out. Let's find out if I've already done, no, I've released the funk one, I think. We'll do this one to kind of cue him up, because Fujimoto is going to cook for us, but it's not going to be that great. So here we go. That's rough. And now, so we need to also make an EDM single. I guess I could get to work on that. That said, I think my way is going to be through the handshake event, because I have more hardcore fans. Yeah, I have more hardcore fans, so that means, ooh, will I even be able to do it? Well, let's find out. Also, with our policies, we can probably do it. Let's push more idols. Really the same idol, same 3 idols, but until they get to the max fame. I think what I want to do, yeah, so 2 times more appealing, so this helps you out. However, I also need a scandal point, but because I've already done, I don't have any scandal points, I can't switch it, which would have been nice. But I didn't know I was going to be doing handshake events to get a top EDM single. Otherwise, I could just keep doing viral singles and try to get it that way. With that said, if I'm going to do that, then I will just make 2. So we're going to make a viral EDM. And then we'll also make a... We'll also make a handshake EDM. So we'll throw this over... we'll start this over in the lyrics, actually. And then handshake EDM. And hopefully one of these tops the charts. If not, I'm gonna be really, really sad. I also need to get this concert out. So I have a lot of things to take care of. However, whether or not I remember them all is going to be up for debate. I think I'm having it done here, so I'm having the concert done and I'm having the rehearsal part done. So this is the route, but let's try to finish these out to kind of complete it out, including my own thing. So lyrics is being taken care of. Choreo's over here. I'll probably try to readjust everything. Yeah, we'll at least do the 3 pop singles. with the low viral. No. I don't want to do that one because that one's gonna gives me a lot of fans because I know that one of them down there is a critical success, which means I want to save it for that certain for the objectives that will be happening in a moment. Also here we're gonna rotate this way, so that's gonna be the concert. We're gonna switch this to logistics, rotate thing again. What I mean by rotating is that you have things working out in a way where because producer-san's the slowest, you want his to start the latest, or you want his to start the earliest, or I guess they didn't release a single, but yeah, so you want them to you want producer-san to work the earliest, that way when you, and then you want to queue up the other two of the other ones, that way he'll finish and then the other two will finish and you can have everything kind of going clockwork. But you do want to put one job in between, so I'm moving clockwise here, so when he finishes, producer-san finishes, I can move this over to choreo. When choreo's job finishes, I move this over to song. When marketing finishes, this moves over to producer-san. If you have them close together like this, like marketing and song, this will move over to producer-san, but this one will complete first when it moves over to marketing. Therefore, well, you're going to be sitting here waiting a little bit. Either way, the time isn't that big of a deal because it's kind of just really displacing your workflow, but it seems nicer. That way you can move everything at once without accidentally losing time. Human error, basically. What am I doing? Choreo. Okay, so we're moving this over here. And then we're supposed to be releasing... Okay, let me save it just in case I made a mistake. So we're just going to release 2 of these viral pop singles. So these 2, probably ones that are not very popular. It's just I also happen to RNG pop for Kokona's objectives, so... I gotta do something in the back! Gotta turn on lights. If I had a face cam, you would be able to see me in the complete darkness. Now I'm not in darkness anymore. But also, yeah, I'm not working on performances with RIP. So yeah, that one doesn't have enough money, but this one does. So I should still be able to come up with this next concert. If not, I'm gonna be really, really oof. So what point should you add coaches? Without being spoilery, as soon as you have the money workflow, I say around, like, once you start making, like I said, around 100 million per concert, you should be safe enough to start putting coaches in that early, because their salary won't be, like, large enough where you won't have to worry. If you're consistently releasing concerts, even if you're doing a concert every 2 months and you're being frugal with your money, then you should be able to, you can start putting coaches that early, and I would suggest you do if you kind of want to be prepared for everything. If you kind of know more about the game and the routes that you can take in story mode, then it's up to you for the timing, because you kind of know what you might need coaches for, I guess I'm saying without spoiling things. But again, like I said, so even as early as Chapter 2, or even a little before that, because before Chapter 2, you can definitely start concerts that give you 100 million per concert. So whenever you're making basically 100 mil per month, or even every 2 months, is when you can start adding coaches. And that's when I recommend, if you don't mind micromanaging coaches, or if you're sending to auto practice, then you're fine to add coaches at that time. So again, the short answer is, when you make at least 100 million, start putting coaches in, or you can feel free to at least add 1 coach, quote unquote, for every stat, including the stylist, because they're technically coaches as well, but the way those stats works are different. I hope that answers the question. I also had to pause the game because I had to think for a moment. So this will move from choreo to move this to production, and my workflow is messed up. Did I do the Kokonas? I swear I did 3 pop singles, right? No, I did not. Well, let's hope. All these cost too much for me. Whoopsie doopsie. I should be able to make it in time, right? I just gotta do this concert. So I just gotta do this concert, and I'll be able to release more singles. Hopefully I do this right. Otherwise, well, I'm not gonna save scum, but again, I have Fujimoto's route available, yes, for those who are experienced with the game and know, but I wanna do this for my own challenge. It's not even in my soft rules that I made for myself. I just decided to do it. So but what I mean by that is I'm trying to do all of the, I'm trying to unlock, put myself at a point where I can unlock all the routes. You don't have to do that either, but I am doing it, so. Do I want to do this at all? Why not, right? Why not? Also, we'll continue the story. Hey! So... I think something finished, but it's not the concert, because producer-san is working on the concert. Yes, this is just a regular ad campaign. This is pop. Oh, this is pop 2. Never mind. I'll do this one. Because I don't need the... Again, Again, for me, the fun part, if I'm to just play the game casually, turning my brain off, brute forcing, and I, like, oh, I have too much money, what's a good way to play around? I would just make every single viral ad campaign, because technically, and use a good part of your production to get as much fans as possible. But, obviously, because obviously I only have 171 million left, I would have, like, billions left over, but... I was playing around, so... And I know that's kind of, in terms of in-game, that's kind of a rich producer-son thing to do, but... Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I guess it doesn't... Well, no, do it... Well, never mind. Never mind. I messed that up. I should have picked another option. But, again, if nothing else, then it proves that you don't need to be optimal to finish unfair. Even when I'm... Like, I'm already playing around this much. I'm sticking to 3 floors, less than 9 idols, so... But then, again, I think a good draw of Idol Manager as a game that I think the devs did really good on doing. I know they're not all, like, their roles aren't devs, but just call them the devs for the sake of... Unless they want to be called something else, and I'm sorry if that seems a little off, but... yeah, the thing that they did good is that you can play the game several ways. Yeah, sure, yeah, sure, one way is not optimal, but for every game, technically there's enough. It's just that one, in Idol Manager specifically, concert cheesing and single spamming is just really, really powerful. So I will say, I mean, there is a point there where it's like, it's too powerful in terms of what you can do with it, but if you don't want to do that, you can play the game in other ways. You could fill floors up with, like, offices on end and have business proposals going out left and right for 20, 30 idols. Or you could be like me playing right now, having 3 floors or less with 9 or less idols and be perfectly fine. As for completing the story mode, though, that's a whole different ballgame, isn't it? Also, I need to launch this concert. I don't know why I didn't launch this concert. I'm going to make an interim save. This is more for just in case the game soft locks. I know the game auto-saves pretty frequently. I've set it off of the default of 1 minute to 2 minutes, and I think that's the highest it can go, oddly enough, but, you know. Also, anyone can confirm, I mean, I could probably look up the answer too, but just in case anyone knows, this is made with Python, right? Idle Manager is made with Python. It feels like a Python, but... Or Pyrite, or not Pyrite. That's a whole different engine. Whoops. Also, the stamina didn't recover, ripped there as well, but... But you know what I mean. Ren'Py. It was made with Ren'Py. And if I was mistaken, then I'm mistaken, but... Yeah, so if it was made with Ren'Py, then this is a pretty powerful game, but I mean, I always knew. I've worked with Ren'Py before. I've actually completed the game, I've just kind of dabbled in it, for reasons, but, I do know, I do see the potential in Ren'Py, like many other engines as well. So 2 million from a single, yeah, that's pretty, especially early game, that helps out a lot, especially if it's your very first single. That is your first deep breath of having things go well. And then eventually it climbs up 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, then you get to like 30, 40, 50, and if you do crits, if you get a crit success in the viral ad campaign, then, well, you could just, you almost always hit the maximum audience, because 600, or depending on how, it's like at least, at minimum, even when you start out, it's like several hundred % bonus to sales, so, and new fans, but again, that's neither here or there. Oh my goodness. I started this concert and everyone's dead on stamina, so that's not good. Yeah, so we're going to do the right option because we have a lot of accident success procs. I wonder if... Well, it's too late now. Yeah, so we're going to do this and then go right, but I think there's no... I can't remember if I've ever seen a left choice that loses 10 hype, but you recover that 10% hype. I can't remember. Also, I don't think I've had my second talk break yet, so let's save our crit successes for those, or let's save our success chance ups for those. Increased accident success chance, I guess. And I talked to it before, but basically, what I assume they are, again, I should have looked up the answer, but accident success chance increases the odds of picking the right option during an accident to be successful, because the right option is an all or nothing. Either you gain 30% hype because it's success, or you lose 30% because that's what happens when you always fail. Meanwhile, the left option during an accident in a concert, if you pick it, the success, quote-unquote, is 10%, losing 10% hype, but there is a chance to critically fail the left option here, and if you do that, you get minus 30% hype. So that's why you have a card that says no crit failures. I assume that's what it means when you use a card called no crit failures for that song or that action during the concert. If you pick the left option, you will always lose minus 10% hype, which is preferable to losing 30% hype. So again, 1 billion. I also need to start saving money. Whoops. Oh, I should have done the election. I forgot to do the election. Oh, that would have boosted my fame. I'll do it next month. Yeah, that wasn't good. I'm forgetting a lot of things right now. Also, I haven't released a single yet. Oh no, wait, I'll do that in March. So, again, you don't have to do this. You could immediately head down a route. I'm just doing this for completionist's sake. So, oof. Decline this unless actually, let's not get anyone injured. And do this. The stamina should all recover on its own over time, because some of them are working on ads. The stamina recovery is going to be even lower. So when everyone works on something, I'm going to see who's at lowest, and then just put them in the doctor's office. Again, you don't need the doctor's office. A lot of people, I know more than a few players don't recommend doctor's office, but it is something you have to micromanage if you decide to use it. And I can see how it might be efficient depending. If micromanaging doctor's offices allows you to do certain things more efficiently, then I can see it. If you get what I mean there. Because obviously, again, I've said this before, but in case anyone's listening now, the break room you can't control the break room. The break room happens automatically. Yes, it is nice. Yes, it allows you to do things, especially early game. It allows you to recover stamina over time, but it will always only be 5 stamina, which is good, but it's also bad it's only 5 stamina if you are using more stamina per day in a week. So if you get my point there. So with this said, I think I'm just gonna do these auditions really quickly. I'll do one last regional audition and one last nationwide audition. I'll also queue up some singles because I will need some low-cost singles. That way I don't accidentally mess up. So let's do, because again, I think the point, yeah, I need to release low. Yeah, so I think here I'm gonna start farming my handshake singles so that it's guaranteed income flowing in, and I'm not messing up basically. I can prepare myself for what I'm planning to do in a hot moment. Oops. I think this is the loadout I want. Well, we're gonna find out. So this one goes in marketing, and this one goes into. If I don't get at least 750,000 per, I'm gonna be really, really sad. But then obviously it's been so long since I did a proper single release that I don't even remember the optimal number I should be selling. Granted, you could probably look and get a good ballpark estimate based on your fans and all these stats, but yeah, it is what it is. Also, again, I have this here because I want to see So 3,000 fans over the course of pretty much, I want to say at least 6 months. Meanwhile, again, to kind of look at the balance of shows and whatnot, yes, I know maybe somehow relaunching it will help me out, but look at the amount of fans I get for putting out singles that I'm not even trying that hard in. So 10,000 fans, 10,000 fans, 10,000 fans. Yes, that's per month, but that's already 30,000 fans in 3 months, and we'll just say that this has been active for 3 months. 3,000 fans, so yeah, I'm canceling this. Granted, if it's for fame, if shows are for fame, actually, because I haven't looked into that, but you know, shows are not that powerful. Even if it's just for fame, you get more out of single spamming in general, and that's, like I said, a lot of things in this game has its place. Yes, some things are stronger than others, but in terms of shows, unless there's something that I'm not seeing. I mean, I could always be wrong. I mean, there's something I could overlook. I don't doubt that. There's probably something that I've overlooked. Like I said, maybe it's really good for fame, or maybe it's really good for, maybe it's just there for early game progress, which, you know, is kind of tangent to the point I'm making, but it is a good point if someone points it out. But other than that, and yes, shows allow you to unlock requirements, otherwise you won't be at level, you can't level up your promotions and or performance level. But again, objectively looking at what singles do for you in the span of a game, what media shows do. Maybe media shows are just like, because in Honey Pop, there are certain things that in that game where it's effective way after the completion of the game. So maybe shows are good like at the far end of the vacuum, where you have I don't know, millions and millions, a billion fans and $300 billion. Yeah. So again, kind of brainstorm, keeping my mind open. So there's that. Also, I should prop up this world tour, but since I don't know if, yeah. Also, I don't think I'm gonna win this award here. I've been so lax on it. I can get the buff, but let's do this because we need to look at these. I also, again, I haven't been putting my time to best use, so it is what it is. So I need to top the charts with a single. So I have the handshake single that is EDM, or I have the viral single that is EDM. If none of these top the charts, then I'm just going to be really sad at myself. But yeah. Oof. So we're going to sit here till something completes, then we cycle. Well, actually, at this point I should have been working on something else, but it's too late now. Again, there's another handshake single. So 100. Again, this is more for money over time, but I should be making viral singles in the meanwhile, so I just need these to kind of keep me afloat for the later parts of the game. If nothing else, again, I'll be saving a lot more frequently in Chapter 5 and or a little bit before the fated time, so that I can do things properly, let's just say. So, the handshake, but I do want to keep virals up to kind of spam them when the time comes. That said, I should probably put these lower. Even more lower. So, we'll say 1 million here. 1 million's a pretty okay number. You can still get topped depending on how the AI idols, unless they change that in 1.01. But from what I've seen, there are more than enough groups that are capable of breaking 1 million and getting top chart by therefore just getting top of the charts. But yeah, so let me just check something to make sure. I declined that, but so unfortunately I'm not working on variety shows, but yeah, I should have been properly doing things, but I wasn't, so that's my fault. So lyrics. So I'm working on all these kind of at the same time. I could have thrown something in the... Yeah, so I have my workflow's kind of paused again, but... Oof. So this goes into song, this goes into marketing. I might as well just fill things up so that everyone's working on something. And then I can also make sure that my stamina is okay. again, having producer-san busy like this means I can't socialize with my idols, so if bullying becomes a big... And I've seen it happen twice for me, or I've experienced it twice where I haven't socialized with my idols much, so they won't... When I gossip, I can't learn anything, so when someone's being bullied, I'm kind of locked out, because that's the only thing. And that could be a balanced thing, but I wouldn't mind if there was at least one other way to kind of deal with I mean, technically there... Actually, I said that statement. Technically there is. It's by separating items at random and putting them in a sister group. So I guess in that point, it's still... I understand why it's still a point of frustration for some players, but... yeah, it's... there is more than one way but the thing is, most people want to pinpoint it and nip it in the bud, let's just say. So I'm good at seeing... I'm not good, but I can see both points like this because, well, as a game developer myself, I keep my mind open to these kinds of things. I say, oh, what's frustrating for players? What might players find efficient? What's efficient for me? What's fun? What's satisfying? What's challenging? Is it too easy? Is it too difficult? Things of that nature. So, and I'm not saying this, I'm not bashing on the devs of Idol Manager. I'm just saying, when I'm thinking of these things, that's where kind of my experience comes from as a game developer myself. If I were to play devil's advocate, then no, I'll say this right now. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's... I don't know, to me it feels a little shameless, but... Basically, I haven't worked on anything successful. It's at least successful to an average person's mind. I've done things to kind of test things out, like release the games here and there, just to kind of see what would be successful, and not in terms of like monetary success or anything, but more for, does this work? Did I accomplish what I wanted to do by doing this in a game, releasing this game, or doing this on the internet? So here and there, don't worry, I haven't done anything bad. It's just, yeah, keeping. I've done some work here and there, so I have the experience. I might as well let people know for those who have never experienced things like game dev or testing or going through test cases. What goes into making a game, what the different components of how ways of thinking of how to game dev, game design, things of that nature. So, but again, what works against me in terms of credentials is that I don't have an official... It's not something I could put on a resume and feel confident like, oh, I'm gonna go... I'm applying for this and I'm gonna put this on my resume. It's really specific... really specific traits for an employee, I guess I'll just say. And that's all I'll say about that. Did I want to make it... Oh, that's right, I should have released a single here. Whoopsie doopsie. Well, what we're gonna do then is we're going to... What are you working? Oh, we're researching. I think I can release a concert now too. So we're gonna work on this concert and we're gonna work on an election as well. We're also gonna release one single. No, we're gonna release two singles to kind of readjust. Do I want to? No, it's too late now. Never mind, it's too late. So we're gonna go 3-3-2 on our concert as always, because I have 3 singers. Talk break. Talk break. We can shift this back to recover stamina. Talk break, and then the last 2 songs, and they should be good. So, Tomomi, Mika, Ayaka have the other 3 idols that are not as active. Oh no! Well, there goes all my hard work. Not this playthrough, especially since I've given myself the floor limit, so I can't go higher than 3 floors, and I kind of need all 3 floors to be the way that they are. In another playthrough, I'll probably work on them, especially if I'm doing a challenge run. But other than not for this playthrough, no. So I will not be building a theater or a cafe. I've kind of played with them a bit, but I'm not the one to ask if you have questions about making them work. For the most part, if you want to work with the cafe and the theater, in my experience, they're kind of self-explanatory. The problem is you may not be able to allocate the correct amount of stamina if you're trying to do everything at once. And on top of that, for the theater and the cafe, just literally both of them. But for the cafe, it siphons a lot of research points if you care about working through mid game to late game. For the theater, well, it technically also requires research points and a lot more, I guess, of an investment and micromanagement, in my opinion. But again, I'm not the one to. I wouldn't say I'm an expert on working with the cafe and whatnot. Also, did I just mess this up? I did. Chinatsu Rina. Oh yeah, I messed this up. Tomomi. And then here, Rino, Moika, Shinatsu. We'll put Natsumi here so I don't forget. And then we kind of just cycle them over here. So yeah. Again, short answer, no, I'm not going to do the Theater Cafe this playthrough. And yeah, that's that. So I've gotten this question in private though. I might as well address it now. So Jordan, people ask me, why do you have to do all this fake laughter so much? And it's not really. It's not like I'm trying to not be fake or anything. It's literally a little thing that I like to do in life, where whether I'm sad, whether I'm happy, of course I'm gonna laugh. But if I'm sad or angry or so, at some point, I sometimes like to think happy thoughts. And when I'm neutral, like just sitting around, I kind of just like to try to have some fun poking myself here and there, because in this game we call real life, if you want to put it that way, keeping yourself, and I mean, I could always try to come up with excuses like, oh, it's scientifically proven that, if you put some laughter every day in your life, your stress levels go down. But, I mean, if nothing else, it's a placebo kind of thing, but it does make me feel, it does kind of keep me energized, keeps me awake, at least in terms of streaming. When I'm making a video and whatnot, then it keeps me on track, keeps my mind focused when I'm thinking about things. So yeah, so if I keep going or something like that, sometimes it's actually real, but obviously as a streamer you need to kind of project yourself. But just as a person, I like doing it because, well, again, it keeps my mind focused, keeps me awake, keeps me energetic, and I like being energetic, and I like being able to be productive, among other things. So I did it again. It's just like a verbal tick as a certain other person online. I won't say, usually I won't talk about things like that, or I won't mention specific names, but I will say things like other people have their verbal ticks, let's just say, and so there's that. Also, I should be working on singles. I did not release a single. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I can't release a So I said I was gonna do handshakes because these don't cost a lot. So let's save. I'm a coward. So we're gonna enter again. As promised, these later chapters I am saving a lot more often. Although I should name my save something meaningful, because otherwise, well. So yeah, this is not great. I mean, if you make half your sales, you at least don't lose out. You don't profit, but at least you break even basically. But it's was that, where's my EDM? Oh, I did not make an EDM. I should make an EDM. Whoops. If nothing else, I should probably work with ad campaigns because I'm more EDM ad. 750, and that should be good enough. So this will have to be released next month because I'm receiving a sales debuff. If I don't need the sales, again, if you don't need the sales, you can just release singles back to back as long as your idol's physical stamina allows, because obviously them getting injured is a really, really bad thing. But yeah, for the most part, you should be fine with like if this point of your releasing singles is not to get a profit and or getting a high sales number to top the charts, then usually it's better, like the other reasons why you make singles, or the other benefits to making singles, training your staffer's stats, because you don't have to release a single for them to train the stats. As soon as you get the ding from them completing the job, I believe they do get a point, as you can see. So as I move down, Choreo 69, I haven't released these yet. Choreo 70, these are probably going to, up here is going to be Choreo 71 as I go up. So you don't need to release the single. You don't even need to release the single, but doing things like this, and especially for your idols team chemistry or something, if we're doing other things, there are other benefits. So you don't always have to release a single, or you don't always have to be worried about releasing singles because you get the sales debuff, if your intention, or if you know why it's doing that. So you know that if you release another single within a month of the last one, you're gonna get a sales reduction. But if you don't, if the point of releasing singles isn't for that, like in the very beginning, you just need to release 5 singles to set up a concert, then you just release 5 singles in 2-3 months, and then you build a concert, because the point of that is to start getting money from concerts, because that is, as of version 1.01, I know I've stopped to give advice here, but still, I might as well complete the thought. As of 1.01, concerts are still the best way to farm money, so what is better for you? Spending 5 to 6 months releasing one single and trying to avoid the debuff, will that get you more money? Or will releasing 5 singles in the span of 2 months, or 1 month if you can manage to do that, to make out a concert, will that get you more money in the long run? To set yourself up to kind of go do things. And this will be important for people speedrunning, primarily off the top of my head, if I were to think of people that this would apply to, because you want, maybe someone's doing a story mode speedrun, then obviously being able to set up concerts, set up everything, go through the story faster, hit objectives faster, will allow you to do faster runs and so on. So if people are planning to speedrun this game, I mean, people will speedrun this game, but if the speedrunning, not community, but let's just say speedrunning content for this game is bigger than it might be, because yeah, so there's that. All right, so here I want to focus on the election and the concert, but I did not. Again, I'm mainly doing, I don't even need to, I could just do Fujimoto-san's route right now, but I want to make sure I have everything in place. So let's do this election really quick. So we'll put that for that. We'll do that there, and yeah, so as you've seen, I haven't been optimal with making sure I've done elections every time they're available, so that's on me. But what else am I going to do? Also, let me cancel that, because that should go to Producer-san. And then we'll do this. Oh, please. Go. Wow, really? I topped the sing. No, that was my pop song! What do you mean? What do you mean? Ah. What? Where's my EDM song? What am I doing? Well, again, I'm not being optimal, at least in terms of making use of my real life time. So, is that really my only EDM song? Well, alright. I might as well make 2 EDM songs. So I'm gonna make 2 EDM ad songs, and if someone gets a million fans and takes me, then I'm gonna be really sad. I need to put it right here. Is the other one even? No, this is a pop one. What am I doing? I didn't even do that. I'm going crazy. You know what? I might as well just improve the my EDM thing. Also, I have it fast forwarded. I need to not do that. Let's see here. So that, yeah, the election canceled itself because I did that thing. Might as well put this at level 10. I could upgrade these as well. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Ad campaign is still RNG, but obviously if you look at the rates, it's safer than viral campaign. But the reward is a lot smaller. If we're looking at really, we're looking at the critical success. So I shouldn't do this. Although I think adults is my least. No, it's well. I'm not planning to release too many of these, so it should be fine. Alright, so we're gonna actually do EDM songs. So add EDM Love Q. So if you know what, at this point, why not just go 1.2 million? Why not, right? Oh goodness, please. Because theoretically every month I should be making, oh goodness. Every month I should be making minimum 1.2 billion per concert. So, ooh. We'll put this in the production, which means we kind of everything. My workflow is going to be a little bit stifled, but it's fine. So I add EDM just in case the other doesn't work. We can kind of save scum here. I will save. Let me just say. Well, no, yeah, no. No, we won't save scum. We won't save scum. We'll do it properly. So if the game takes longer, then just. That goes to the people promoting save scumming for this game. At least not to an extreme extent. Obviously, I guess we could talk about that while we're waiting for stuff, but save scumming, I think, is an argument. I mean, in the average general case, in my opinion, if, say, you have an 85 to 95% chance of passing something, I usually like to go to the 2-3 lives rule, where you are allowed to save scum in terms of 2 or 3, like, because I think of, like, platformers, you know, like Prince of Persia or the old platforming games where you maybe have 2 or 3 lives to get through, and that's a good, healthy amount. So if you save scum 2 or 3 times, if you load a game 2 or 3 times and you don't get the intended result, then yeah, it's fine. I mean, obviously there will be someone who fails all 2 or 3 times, but for the most part, you won't fail 95% 2 or 3 times. I say 3, but some people can go 2. Me personally, I like to give, if I'm doing things at my own pace, then I will usually say, you know, I load something 2 or 3 times. 2 if I'm streaming and I don't want to waste people's time, or 3 if I'm by myself, like, just kind of going, oh man, RNG, god, I failed it, gosh. So, yeah. So we have this concert here. We also have this election here. With that said, we're gonna finally do this right. Is it really down here? Oh, I bit my tongue a little. Ooh. I should have also made the numbers different because I've released them wrong. No, actually. I don't now. Well, now I can't tell. Well, it's fine. I say. Wait, it's actually not fine. But it is what it is. So... Again, we do have a crit success viral ad single way down that I made near the beginning of the game, but... Ooh, let's do these singles first. It doesn't really matter, I have to do one eventually. Okay, so it does... I forgot, it does tag your single as well. I know it tags the other things, but like your concert, but... The other thing, I guess. Ooh, my grammar. Grammar? So we're gonna be waiting on these for a little bit. Shift these, rotate these over to choreo, and we'll finally get this started. When this finishes, I'm gonna move this over to logistics. Then the single I can move over to lyrics for producer-san. Again, note that I have not really talked to my idols at all during this playthrough. I can show off their, yeah. So 0, friendship, 1, 2. Their influence levels are easier because you can push them for smaller passive gains, or you can do their influence objectives, or the award show ceremony. Thanks, but also I've not been doing my dailies. I should be doing those. I don't know why I haven't. Ooh, that's a lot of stamina. Let's not do that. Move this over to song. That way everything should be kind of lined up. Where is this at? Yeah, lyrics, and then I have to move this to producer-san. This should finish before... Yeah, this should finish before before the end of the month. That way I can try to get a monthly single topped. If nothing else, if I need to do a recorrection, I guess I should just make a viral ad single for EDM. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do one now. Oop, that's not the right one. So, viral EDM. Again, I highly suggest you name these things, at the bare minimum, something that helps you remind you what it's there for. But, yeah. That way you're not kind of lost doing things. Especially if there's someone with an influence goal. Oh my goodness, I keep doing that. I should just do this. There we go. Did my stats go lower for that? Well, too late now. I think there's someone with a... yeah, I should have actually... cash that in. Well, at least if she gets bullied now, she's not going to be losing. I'm pretty sure influence goals, when you're cashing in influence goals, because if you didn't know, let me pause the game for a moment. When you go to your idols, and when you finish an influence goal, the idol gets a buff where they don't lose any mental stamina at all. It says use, but I think it's more syntax correct to say mental stamina does not... something along the lines of mental stamina does not decrease until date. And basically what that means is anything that would lower their mental stamina, I think everything pretty much. Maybe bullying doesn't, which is the important one, but if it does stop bullying from lowering mental stamina, then basically you don't have to worry about bullying. Again, this is another answer to bullying, which is why I consider you don't always have to listen to gossip and try to point out idols, which in that case is a bad waste of the producer-san's time, unless you have someone else who is a senior staff member, but that's a whole nother argument because that's probably not possible in the span of a story mode. But unless you're going really, really slowly. But again, that's again, arguments here and there. But again, the reason why, so short thing, if I were to put this in a video, clip this somehow, basically, when you complete an influence goal, the idol gets a buff where they cannot lose any mental stamina. Maybe there's some things that can still lower their mental stamina, but for the most part, in my experience, it doesn't go down. If it doesn't, and if you're protected from bullying too, then I mean, yeah, there's your answer to bullying. Just do, well, not just do, but you can do influence goals. That's another way to avoid bullying, which is a lot of players complain about, but yeah, the downside is that if the influence goal is too far away from what you want to do, or something that you can't do, so for example, maybe you don't have the research points to unlock a genre, let's just say, or maybe it's something so specific that you don't want to do it, or it takes too much of your time. Maybe you're trying to get a pretty ad job like Mika here, and I've never been able to do it. And then, you know, and especially for my loadout, obviously I'm not farming ad jobs, so finding a pretty ad job and having Mika show up is hard for me to do, so you don't get the buff. But otherwise it is a solution. So fast forward again, and let me save, because if I forget something, I don't want to mess up. So unfinished. Let me pause the game. Yeah, I'm trying to be okay. So he's still working on the lyrics to that song. Hey, what is it? Yeah, I'd like to see that. Be cool. And these little side stories, quote unquote, side events or side events are nice because some of them do reward you with influence level, friendship levels here and there. They increase your staff member stats as much as that matters, because it's usually so low that you can't really notice it. But for the most part, I mean, what are you gonna do? Not take it? So, and it doesn't cost any time. It doesn't cost anything. Some of them cost things, but it's only like 10,000, 100,000. So it doesn't really mean anything. And compared to the gains that you get. Showing off. So as you can see, you kind of seen that I've already done this event. But again, and as people mod the game and stuff and add more side events, especially, and get mod packs or mods that do not soft lock or bug the game out, then yeah, we're gonna see more interesting things that you can do. In fact, one of the games I played before for a long time and made my main game, yeah, one of the games I played before has a lot of mod potential, and things that like that usually are good when you add mod support for a game. And I've never been able to do that for any of my own games, but if you do have mod support, that tends to help your game do a lot better in the long run, anyway. But it can result in good things. I mean, just look at all the games that can be modded legally, because they have mod support, and look at how successful they are now. And there are very obvious examples. So, you know, yeah. So as soon as this finishes, let's release our single. We have to wait on our concert to go, I think fans will enjoy it, and yeah, give me that friendship. It's still not enough to really get me the things I need to, in case I need to, like, listen to gossip, maybe, but, you know, for the most part. Okay, let's do this nationwide, just in case we can get a plat idol. But, at the same time, let me just rest at the spa as well. Shame there's no award for trips to the spa, but what can you do? That would be a little... I think that would be OP, kind of. When did I release the last one? 28th, so I want to release on the... I'm going to release on the 30th, just to be safe. And if I had a viral... Yeah, I haven't been working on this. Whoopsie doopsie. Well, too late now. I guess I'm not... Well, no, I should still release something. So, we're going to wait till the 30th, just to be sure. Because it doesn't really... well, yeah. Let's save it here again. Again, you should be saving properly, and I think at some point, in my experience, if you make too many saves, it kind of slows you down when you get to the save load screen. And there's ways to deal with that. Oh my god, am I really gonna get a red here? Oh. Well, that's not gonna top the charts. This does mean I have to release something else. So let's do that. So I'll do this... Just in case I can't... Oh, you know what? I'll just do this here. Yeah. Kokona! So release this... Yeah, I'm not going to save scum this, but we're just going to do it just to see. If I get crit success, that would be nice, but I highly doubt it. If I get another red, I'm going to be really sad at my RNG. But... yeah. So I lose a... Oh no! I lost 58 million. But I'm about to go to a concert in about less than 2 weeks, so it's not going to matter too much. But yeah, I think I'm finally going to get back in the groove of releasing my singles. Oop, the game is paused. What am I doing? Marketing. Let's make another single now. Let's make another ad EDM now. So again, we're gonna go 7,500,000. 7,500,000? Actually, hold on. Let's wait. Because yeah, again, these are useful just in case someone breaks out. But okay, 750,000 is a good number. I love that number. Aliens. Yeah, ad campaign EDM love cute. 750,000. That should be safe enough. Because obviously, if I don't even get there, there's no point talking about it. You know what? Let's just sort the. I should actually concentrate kind of here. Okay, good. We do finally get. Well, we got to cute, but so let's do this. I gotta remember to do the concert in 10 days, so that'll be on May 15th. Get this edition. We hopefully get a plat idol. Again, a little trick you can do is try to click them all at the same time. That way you can open everything at the same time. But if you get nothing, you get nothing. Let's fit a local in while we're waiting. Yeah, let's fit a local in while because I'll need to do that. I need to correct my workflow so that things are working out. Also, let me check this because this is. Oh, okay. So you just need to build these up over time. Okay, good. Got it. Now let's do this addition here before we shift the singles over. And again, if nothing else, this stream here is for people to kind of look at the general workflow. Yes, it looks like I'm being repetitive, but at least you're being, at least you're keeping it like remembering to keep trying to be time efficient with what you're doing. So, it is a thing. Also, I'm on my last one here, so I should be actually moving my workflow a little bit. But again, let's do these two singles first and then do it. I almost forgot about my concert. Again, being aware and keeping things in mind is not one of my strong suits. So, ooh, this might mean that I'll see. How long have I? Okay, good. Or not good. I don't know. Let me see here. Check something while I'm waiting. All right, move this over. Will I finish this time? Let's find out. Again, I'm just gonna refix my workflow for my singles here, because the singles and the elections are going to interrupt things if you try to do your workflow like I do. So normally I have two singles in rotation. Then when they get to the last task, I start two more singles up. That way, when the other two finish, the next two. So say I'm working on singles 1 and 2. Those two singles do 3 jobs. Though singles 1 and 2 are on their last task. Then I create singles 3 and 4, so that I get them started. Then singles 1 and 2 finish producing. They're produced and they're ready to ship. They're ready to release. Then singles 3 and 4 move on to 3, and then then you rinse and repeat is basically what I'm saying. So I can redo my concert now. Yeah, 90 million. Of course, I have that much. So here we go. And if you're tuning in right now and kind of wondering how you should form your concerts later in the story, then I mean, this is a good one. I don't doubt there's a more optimal one. Maybe you could probably go, especially if you have a lot of idols, you could probably go 5 songs, 1 talk break, 4 songs, or just all 10 songs, because if you have that many idols, then you don't need to worry about running out of stamina or whatnot. So, usually though, especially at this stage of the game, you'll reach 200% hype within like 5-6 songs. So, but the problem is what happens if you need to avoid crit failures, avoid accidents, things of that nature. Because in the end, it'll be your last song that determines. Because there's no card that helps you really. I mean, there are cards that help you avoid losing hype, therefore not getting 200% hype. But even assuming that you don't get 200% hype in a concert, if you're going for the award or you're just trying to get 200% hype within like even just 6 months, if you do 5 concerts then and you're at this stage of the game, usually at minimum 1 or usually, I mean, there's a very low chance basically of not getting 200% in at least 1 of 5 concerts. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, because since whenever you introduce RNG in anything, in this case your concerts, because there's an element of RNG involved, there are going to be people, or it is possible theoretically to do 5 concerts and miss 200% hype, because for the last song you get into a bad accident. Either you get it, well, most of the time it's going to be a crit failure, so that's why the no crit failure card is good. But the question is then, after that, when you get that minus 10% hype, can you build enough hype back to reach 200%? I need to start looking out for that, because I don't remember if it's possible. I swear it might be, or maybe you reach 100, well, or maybe you reach 197%. Anywho, obviously the more I play this game, the more I will know for sure, but yeah, because usually that's what'll happen. That'll be the more average case. But again, maybe your last 2 actions in a concert both get minus 10% hype. So there are things like that that can happen. So maybe it's gonna happen right now. If I get into an accident here, we're gonna find out. Because I have my last 2 cards are no crit success or no crit failures. Nope. So no crit failures, 11% chance. Granted, again, the odds are in your favor if your concerts are set up properly in terms of the game. Your accident chance is lowered a lot, but you know. So another billion in the election time. At this point, well, if you're moving fast, maybe you only get 2 elections, but for most people, usually in the span of time it takes you to reach this chapter specifically, you'll probably be on your 3rd election or 4th election if you're really, really trying to stay on top of elections. Based on the times that I see people get into, which is usually at minimum 2 years. I want to say the average is 3 years. Obviously, there's not enough data. I'm only one person watching. Maybe I think I've watched at most 4 to 6 people play or report a good part of their playthroughs. But I feel like a lot of people would say 3 to 4 years on average. If you're going faster, 2 years. My very first playthrough, I think it took me 4 years to complete the story mode. So, you know. 4 years plus a lot of time loading. So I guess it's more about the amount of real life time you spend as a person in real life, as opposed to the amount of time you spend in game. So yeah. So that, yeah, and that's mainly for fame, and I'm already at 10 fame, but I mean, of course, elections are a good source of that. Let me see here. 1st of May. Okay, yeah, so I can wait. There's the election single. Do I want to do it? I don't, for some reason, I don't like election singles. I don't know what the point of the election singles are. Maybe it's more for vanity, but maybe I didn't look up the answer. I should just look all this stuff up. I should just be writing down all these questions, but it's too late now. So I guess what I'm going to do is I might as well do the election single, and I'm going to do the new single as well. As soon as this one finishes. That way, again, I'm trying to correct my workflow, so here we go. Again, the main reason why I'm working on EDMs is to do this Aya requirement. Yes, I know I'm supposed to be doing Fujimoto route, but again, this is kind of a softer challenge than I've already set up for myself. So, election single, whatever, eel single. Oh my goodness, I cannot type on the board because my microphone is in between my arms, basically. So it's. I have to kind of snake my way. Again, I'm not working with the best setup. I'm working with a $20 mic, less than $1,000 laptop. I'll say that for sure. And then here and there it's stuff, and you know, yeah. So let's see here. What do I want to do? You know what? Let's do viral campaign. Why not, right? Why not? Well, I'll tell you why not, because you're likely to fail it. But I'll just mix up a bunch of stuff. So we'll set this up here. And then we'll do the EDM ad campaign here. And again, we're going to make it 750,000. So, ooh. Yeah, I set things. What did I sort by? I thought I sorted by. So I sorted by vocals, and yet my cute stat is the one that reaches green. Feels good, man. I mean, granted, it's the thing, and I think he's at 100%. Yeah, he's at 100 right now. If I had more vocals, so again, if anything, if the person who was asking earlier is still watching, at this point in the game, if I had the choice, I would make more coaches at this point, because obviously one coach working on even just 9 idols alone isn't fast enough to have idols reach basically 100. But you know what I mean, you know, And even then, trying to get as idol to dance vocal 100 will take a lot of in-game time. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to keep the world trip the way it is. Yeah, I'm not going to touch a world trip because I've had that on cooldown and I hated it when I was doing the Aya route. So, route. I'm going to use those. I'm going to use that same word and pronounce it differently. So, excuse me if anyone has, if that triggers anyone. So this is going to be my workflow. I'm just going to shift my singles around and hopefully remember to release my singles on time because I'm going to be really sad when I don't do that. And then when I stop for regionals, I'll probably just do locals. Yeah, I'll probably just do locals. Regionals obviously helps out, but in the end, it's our RNG. If it's not 100%, it's 50-50 in some cases, so... Yeah, that's the trouble with RNG. I guess we could talk about that while I'm just doing this. Oh, we're about to release a single. Hopefully I remember to do that. Let me save first. While I'm close to doing it. That way, I mean, again, I'm not... do we call this save scumming if I'm trying to correct a mistake that I should not correct? Yep, so there's that. Into marketing. And then when this finishes... So this is, again, the workflow that I normally prefer in just my regular runs. Is just when these songs reach their last, well, they're not at their last yet, but when they do reach the last aisles, I'll set up 2 more singles. But yeah, so RNG, if something isn't 100%, and it's even if it's close, everyone gets heartbroken. Oh, finally got an EDM that's top the charts. You know, top the charts. But yeah, if the chance of something is not at 100%, even if it's 99.99%. The closer it's to 100%, the more frustrated someone's going to be when they fail. Granted, if they reload once, if they take the chance twice, they probably won't be too angry. But the fact that you fail at all does means, I mean, in a way, you've wasted someone's time. But USA, France, and Italy. So that means I have to queue this up. So actually, I can't work on 2 singles at the same time. But because, yeah, that means my workflow is going to stifle, and I really don't like that. Oh, USA, France, and Italy, right? USA, France, Italy. USA, France, Italy. That should be right? I hope I don't mess that up. I did save it, so, you know. USA, France, Italy. Okay. So we'll do that, and then work on these lyrics here. When this finishes, I go over here, or I do this immediately. This goes to song, then I work on another single. So we'll go back to the viral singles. I mean, again, I'm going to be rotating these interchangeably-ish. I'll just set it to 1 million. If someone passes 1 million, then I'll start setting it higher, but as of right now, we're going to do this. Oh my goodness, I keep doing that. I mean, I normally prefer to rotate my idols, but at this point I'm just going to be forgive me if I'm being a bit lazy by doing it this way. So, we're going to finish Aya's here. Then we're going to do Kokona's. Or try to do Kokona's, that's right, because she needs... she's probably going to be stealing Ayaka off me. So, or, yeah, Hayaka off me. Which means... yeah. So, well, I've made my choice, though. So that's why I would have preferred at least 2 plats, but obviously RNG is not that nice. 2 plats is, I think, is, not extremely, it's not like drawing a 0.1% chance, but, I mean, it is actually that low, so you know what? Yeah, yeah. What am I missing? Oh, I'm only rotating 1. Oh, I forgot to release a single. Again, I don't have to, I just like to keep things a little, I just like to keep things kind of neat. So again, I've kind of lost 6 to 7 days in between. It's fine. For the purposes of this playthrough, it should still be fine. But so yeah, we'll go through here. When Produce-a-san finishes, I should be okay to move on. Here, I could just set them all to spa, but so I'm gonna do 1 spa day and then I'm gonna do 1 performance and then just do it. Out of curiosity, do I at least get? No, I didn't. I haven't been doing them, so rip that. By the way. Also, actually, you know, I'll make it in time. I'll make it in time. So, yeah, I'll make it in time. So, by the time if everything goes right, I'll get out of this chapter right a little after the awards, hopefully. But, yeah, so let's launch this world tour. And this should complete Aya's objective, and I should be pretty much close to getting ready to go. I have to do Kokona's requirements. Again, this is not part of any of the rules I set for myself, but I'm just doing it, because why not? So yeah, it's cool that I got, like... So maybe, well, it's probably good for... Well, yeah, so we'll see. If you get, like, say... Okay, to justify world tours, if you get, like, say... Even, I guess, I'll give them the benefit of the lower spectrum. If you get, like, 30,000 fans with all the world tours at level 4 or 5, then yeah, world tours are good to, for the last part of the story mode. But that's not what I focused on, so I'm going to be missing that when I get to that point. Here you go, alright, yeah. Look at her. Look at that. Look at her. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what you looking at? What's your real name? I think it's Sato. But... yeah. Yeah, so we'll do that. We gotta wait, but that's fine. We're gonna be waiting on things anyway. I think I can fit... Let's try to fit a... Oh, we can fit a local. Never mind. Okay. You get fans here. So... Well, it's not that, but it's fine. Well, we'll do this anyway. Do this addition here. The game loads. If you didn't notice, the game kind of slows down, but that's because it's obviously... It's generating new data, so I can understand that. I give it the pass here. So... 1.4 million fans. I didn't really, you can see there, but well, maybe it did because the fan count doesn't update properly, but yeah. Continue the story here as well. He's a traitor! That's why. So we'll let this fly. And then we'll do Fujimoto route when we've done everything we can, basically, is what I'm saying. And then... So lyrics here, and then we work on two more singles. Oh, actually, let's wait on that for a moment. Business proposal ready. Ow! Negotiations have failed. Okay. Yeah, we're waiting for the single here. Oh, we should be working on a concert. Whoopsie doopsie. Give me that money. 7, 8. If I want to let you know what, let's tone down the number of songs just to try to finish the concert quicker. So add talk break. Then oh, never mind. I accidentally did the same. We'll just kind of cut through here, and we'll see. Usually, yeah. I think I feel like I've had problems with this before though, especially in terms of if I get less income, then probably want to change this a bit. So, here you go. And for the second one. And then for the last one. And we're gonna see. So, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. It is what it is. So, maybe it's a little less, but at this point, to me, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll work on another single while we're doing this, so add, no, viral. Just in case, because that crit success, it is actually worth a lot, so. We'll say 1.2 million. Why not, right? Why not? We have the money, we have the power. I should actually cut one of my idols. We'll do it after this one. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to lose one of my idols again. If I do Kokona's, again, I don't have to do it, but I'm choosing to. Let's cancel that right quickly. And make sure her vocal hits 100. So, and the main reason why... So now I guess I should set them to auto practice. for idols that have the thing, because normally you set this to low limit so that they can train, because every time they train, no matter who it is, I'm pretty sure it allows their thing to grow up. But once allows their coaching level to increase. But once their coaching level reaches 100, then you can kind of play with these values so that you can specialize their idol. So yeah, unfortunately you can't. You can only set it to things like this. But for the most part, you will only have idols with this in mind. So with these limits, but. I don't know how hard it would be to implement allowing the player to make a custom limit, but if it's hard, then I understand why. If not, then... And I imagine it's something low priority in terms of content for Idol Manager, so yeah, you know what? Yeah, they do them. So, yeah, let's focus on... So, I guess this is my workflow. When I'm doing a concert or elections and something, I only make one single at the same time. At minimum, at this point, like especially late game or after the beginning of the game when you're setting yourself up, once you are set up, there should be at least 2 workflows, at least 4. When you have a full staff, there should be 2 workflows going at the same time. Obviously, you can have more workflows and more micromanagement if you ooh, static pop. You can have more workflows going at the same time. Oh my goodness, it's static. Let me just wait for this for a moment. Oh my goodness. Yeah, obviously you can have more workflows going on at the same time. Static. I just want to wait for it, just in case I want to clip this for YouTube, for a video. But yeah, you can have more workflows going at the same time if you have, say, 2 full staff, or like 2 senior members, and then obviously other staff members to work on other things. But yeah, it depends on how much micromanagement you want to do. And I know more than a few players have asked for ways to automate basically the important parts of the game where you don't because once you've proven yourself, what's the point of having the player keep micromanaging things? I understand that. So hey Aya, so Fujimoto treated me to a meal. Does it say anything about either one or all of the devs when each of these quote unquote subroots results in you eating with another character? It is. I mean, maybe that does say something. I mean, you eat with Aya. I mean, it's not really spoilerish either. You eat here with Aya. You eat at a ramen shop with Kokona, and then Fujimoto treats you both to a very, very talented chef. Let's just say, and then Fujimoto's own. Why am I clicking through when I can hit? This is faster because it skips and you can click through at the same time because you cannot set the text speed. So, oh noes. Okay, so not yet. And then we watch all of Phantom Facade's events. And then we should be able to unlock the Kokona. That sounds really weird. But, yeah, so we'll do this first as well. We'll set this up. And once it says that I can unlock... I'm pretty sure you can stop beforehand if we're looking at really what matters in the story mode, but... You know, it's fine. Again, this is more for the challenging myself, in a way. Now I have to wait, and then the award ceremony is going to happen, but I should have enough time, question mark? Oh yeah, and then, again, sometimes singles pop above you. It happens. Deal. But if it happens during a certain point of the game when you need to pass everything, because especially since I'm on unfair, then, yeah, that can be not good. So, once that concert finishes, let's do this first. Release 2 singles at the same time. Oops. Viral single. Viral, just call it viral. And then this 1.2 mil. My production costs will be lowered because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win that award again. But and this time let us exclude an idol because what's about to happen is I'm going to lose that idol. So it's not really spoilery if it's just about to happen, you know. So so let's do another viral. 1.2 mil. Same loadout. And then we'll do this concert. I'll let them rest a little bit first. So do that. You don't need that many of them, but yeah, we'll do that. Wait until July 3rd. And then let's do the concert. Just again, I'm just setting up this money because I'm going to be releasing singles back to back to back. Like, I'm gonna be releasing like 9 singles in a month, so yeah. So hype it up. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be looking at things on the side here. And again, looking at the cards again, at least one no critical failure. If the devs want to lower the RNG and at least give you a better chance of surviving, or if it is the case where on the last song, losing minus 10% hype will still allow you to get, or you still get 200% hype even when you only lose 10% hype at the last part of the song. If that's not random at all, then basically guaranteeing that you get at least one of each card, or card type, including no critical failure, means that you can at least guarantee 200% hype. If the devs choose not to do that, then I understand well in terms of balancing, but it is really frustrating RNG at that point, because what happens now is that we're at the point where we're near, if not higher, we're at a 99% chance of getting 200% hype, and then the 1% is what happens when you either when you critically fail. I'm pretty sure there's no way to get 200% hype. If indeed the hype gains are random throughout each action, or even if they're just pseudo kind of calculated out. Again, I'm thinking of all of these things, but yeah, if they leave it that way, then it is going to be frustrating, because you're going to be like, oh yeah, 200% hype, I do it all the time, and then you'll have like basically one of every 10 concerts not reach 200% hype, because you get a critical failure, because that'll happen. On the opposite side, if accident success chance actually increases, because we can't see the rates. I don't know why a lot of devs like to do that. It's not really something I hate, and I won't grill anyone for it, but it is a pet peeve of mine when you don't display the rates, because I don't really, I mean, I do see the point that, I mean, I do see the intention of hiding rates. Like, so right now, so say I run into another accident. If I go to the right side, I don't know the rates at which I'll succeed and fail, unless it's just a complete RNG that's boosted based on the cards you use. But in that case, what's basically the simple question without any that makes me look kind of bad is, why hide the rates at all? Why hide the rates at all, basically? So, I mean, I get, and like I said, I can think of a couple reasons off the top of my head, like, oh, you want to be immersive, you don't want to burden the player with numbers and things of that nature, but for most people, it's just frustration. I feel confident, and usually my point of view shifts towards looking at the average player, what the majority of players deal with. Granted, that's not always the correct decision, and that therefore there will be times when I personally don't like thinking about the majority in that way. But for the most part, especially from a business sense, it's like, why hide the rates at all? But, and again, this is not trying to grill the devs of Idle Manor specifically. It's just a pet peeve of mine. And it does follow me into my own game development, where when there are rates, whenever I put RNG, I just tell the player what the rates are, because what's the point of hiding it? Like, all that's going to happen is people are going to test it out, or two, people are just going to go inside your code because they're just going to do it, and then they'll figure it out anyway. So what's the point of hiding it? So there's that. Yes, I guess when the game comes, especially when if it's a game that gets updated, if it's a game that gets updated, sure, all right. People don't know when it comes out, but again, it's just what results most of the time. Like, you don't have to hear it from me. Whether you hate what I'm saying right now or not, it is objectively true. People are just frustrated. There are at least a good number of people who just get frustrated because it's like, it's RNG, and then if the closer you are to 100%, when you fail something, it's just more frustrating. I think, if at anything else, at minimum, that's what I believe a lot of people think. So, and it comes with the character. Obviously, someone who's not in tune with gaming, or someone who doesn't play as many video games and whatnot, it's not something that they're gonna notice. So I understand appealing to those people. It's a thing, but yeah, just rates. I don't know why you don't tell. And obviously, in things like this, maybe Sad Bobber, or for any other game, they've already kind of told you what the rates are if you just ask in, say, the community. But like, why not do the? I'm not saying, yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not trying to grill anyone. I'm not trying to flame anyone. I'm not trying to talk down to anything. It's just, yeah, it's not there. And again, at this point, if they do answer in the community, I have to give you props for that, because at least it's there, because it does take work to go in, because then you have to test whether or not the rates are showing the correct number and whatnot. So I understand it from that technical standpoint, but that's why I say when you develop something in the first place, you might as well just give the rates out if you don't have a good intent. I mean, I still understand if you're trying to hide things and obfuscate things, like people immersed, but that's why I say it's a pet peeve. I personally don't like doing things like that. It's just, especially in this climate of video game industry, it's not something you should probably do, in my opinion. So there's that. I can be convinced again. If I ask the devs of Idle Manager, or if I ask the devs of other games I like why they do it, I'll probably like understand their answer, like yeah, that's a good point, but I personally just don't like doing it myself. Unless again, there's always good reasons why you would obfuscate things like that, but generally I choose not to, and I'll keep the argument at that. Did I do... okay, no, I don't. Yeah, I need to release a single. Let me just do this first. Hey, Kokona. What kind of party is this? Why are we here? What is this guy doing? Why does he have a voice? Listen, the fact that there are voice actors at this game at all is already pretty damn good. So, you know what? Obfuscate the rates. I mean, like, that doesn't make the game bad at any point. It's not... I mean, if the game were bad, it would be one thing, but... So, I thought I did have a maxed out one. Hayaka is a max influence level, right? Nope, I lied. I have to talk to her. Also, I could have been doing wishes as well. Well, now I have to spend time doing this. Let's see here. And I'm still pushing them, but it wasn't enough influence gain to take care of things, basically. So, let's do this, and also release a single. Whoop! Stop right there. Let's save it first, because if this one is a critical success, if this single is a critical success, now I want to save it. So, yeah, let's do this. Whee! Ugh! Yeah, I lost. Oh no, 64 million. Oh no, I lost 64 million. Oh, whatever will I do? Whatever will I do? Oh, how will I recover from that failed single? The failed single. Anywho, so spa a little bit, this a little bit, and then socialize. These will also increase my influence level. Yeah, you know what? Just do it. I don't think I got best debut idol, but oh my goodness, I'm only on level 0. I might as well. Would it be quicker for me to go for wishes, or would it be quicker for me to do friendship? Let's do wishes first and try to do. Let's at least try to do both of them. Never mind. I guess I'm doing friendship. Gosh dang it. I guess I could reload it, but we'll treat this thing. We'll treat this as, again, this is the non-optimal run, but... Hey, Kokona. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go for... Oh, her influence rose so much. I just needed to be... I think it might be simpler to get to level 5. How close is what's my election cooldown at? 4 months? Oh, can I get to friendship level 5? And therefore, why... Again, I didn't need to... I can do Fujimoto route right now, but... You know what? Listen, this was never a part of my soft rules. This is never part of my playthrough rules. So you know what? Coward. And we're just gonna go into the Fujimoto. If I can't see it for whatever reason, then I guess maybe I'll come back if I really need to see it. But otherwise, so song, lyrics, work on 2 singles, and we'll keep going. Again, I don't want to lose the idol anyway, so let's do a viral. I think I go more with this because my production cost has been lowered, yeah, significantly. So 3 million. No, let's do 2 million. Let's not go that high, all right? I forgot how much money you get. I'm pretty sure I have a save somewhere because the only reason when you see me loading games, you might be going, "Oh, you didn't play the game at all. You only have one." Even though you've seen me play, you've seen footage of me playing with another game before, but on other saves before. But basically, what I do is I take the games out that way, just in case I want to. For some reason, I want to hide my saves, but I'm just being safe. But yeah, I basically backed up my saves locally, so. Let's do this. Viral. Again. I should upgrade these, really, just to upgrade my rating. Can I do that, actually? Let's just do that now. So viral. Oof. Close. Can I just buy my way? I know I bought a lot, so yeah, let's not do that. I accidentally... well, yeah, let's do it. Level 9 is fine. But I would like more. So again, 10% chance of critical success. But if you play with the numbers, obviously, let's play right now. Says, let me see if I'm getting this right. So, assuming I have 10 viral songs, there's a 90% chance that I do not hit a critical success. However, if I release 10 songs, then there's only see if I got this right, approximately 65% chance that I hit a critical success. Anyone can correct my math on that, but basically that's what I'm doing right here. So 2 million, because I'm getting the buff from the award show, and then we'll stick Hayaka back on. So here we go. And then we'll stick this in the last one, and we'll keep our workflow going. Oops, I didn't mean to decline that. Well, too late now. Yeah, I didn't do that right. Also, I spent all my research points anyway, so if I was building a cafe, rip my cafe menu, but we'll keep moving on. When's my next concert? Again, I should just keep these on, but what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah, I did the coward save. And then let's do the Fujimoto route finally. Let's do it. I want to at least end the playthrough, so let's see if I can do it. Hey, I can't skip this, obviously, because I've never done the Fujimoto route. So this is when you usually get, yeah. Well, no, I shouldn't spoil anything. Usually, now let's just work as a staffer. Yeah. Also, I know that someone's working on a fan fiction for this game, so... And the person working on the fan... I know there's fan fiction for this game right now, so working through and doing research for this is going to be pretty important. So, let's see here. What do you do? I know usually they don't give you a perfect staff member or idol, but yeah, so... You know what? Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to... It costs less to... let's see here. Well, might as well do this while we're here. And then... So, remove from... How much does it cost? Yeah, it doesn't really cost... Obviously, I'm swimming in money. But let's just keep them for the sake of being cool. Put them here. Pixel artist, by the way. Who is the pixel artist? I hope I'm going to pronounce it right, but... I want to say... I can't remember. I want to say Catherine M, I think is what I saw from the Kickstarter page, so... Yeah. Let's see. Business proposals, it won't matter too much, but... Let's just go. If I have him work on something, I have him work on something. That way he's doing something... I said a lot of nondescript pronouns, but basically, if I get Fujimoto-san to work on the only thing he needs to work on is his production value, which is right now almost low. Like, I got an expert production manager, and she's only at level 7. So this goes to show, in the span of a story mode, you're probably not going to see your staff member. It's, again, unless you're going really, really slowly, but yeah. So anywho. So, October 18th, June, July, so I have to wait pretty much 1 month. I mean, I could just let the game run, but... Yeah, that's why I'm kind of doing all these singles still. So, and I plan to, if I do get it, if I do complete the game by then what I plan to do is end the stream basically after the soon after the credits, if there's nothing else. There's usually like an event or two that happens afterward, but for the most part, that's when I have planned to end the stream. And I do suggest people at least try this game out for at least the first. Try to get through the first chapter. I'm not even gonna expect people to pass the first chapter. If you're really into it, obviously you're gonna go further and complete the game. But anyone who wants to try out a sim, especially an idol raising sim, try to play the game once. If they go bankrupt within 2 months, I say that people gave it their best shot. So that's my personal opinion for a general audience. Work on the lyrics here. Hey, Fujimoto. 619 black. Do I need... I could also just go... Yeah, it's fine. So, song. Viral, so yeah. So people are starting to break through 1 million, so I have to start kind of upping my game. I also did not work on my... 30 days left, never mind. I lied. My concert's probably like 3 months away. Yeah. 4 months away. Three and sometime months away. My auditions. Really working for nationwide. So, okay. I'm going to sit on my singles and do a nationwide audition. Again, I would like another Plat Idol, just for the sake of my own, I guess, ego at this point, but yeah, we'll do that. I could work on one single. Yeah, you know what? Let's work on one single while we're waiting. We're on the last point, so with that said, we have to pop this up to 2 mil at minimum, to match with people who accidentally pop. I always make that mistake because you can't click on everything like smoothly, as you just saw. So, my brain. Also, one of my idols is going to leave at the end of November, so if I don't get her influence high, which I don't think it's high anymore, so I just have to accept it. And I think in my personal, unless there's actually a higher rate of getting a better idol, but in my experience, asking for a successor from an idol who's going to graduate is not worth it. Neither is making them a staffer, apparently. So, yeah. If nothing else, I guess I'm going to just replace her with a gold idol here. So, whether or not I... So, how many idols do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so, as I just said, I'll take a gold idol here. And at the end of the story, I'm going to be getting more, but at that point, I've completed, quote-unquote, the playthrough, so I don't need to do it anymore. So, one more. So, let's do a 7-song concert. So, 5... So we'll do 2 here. Or no, let's just do 3. We'll do 3. Talk break. 2. I could put another talk break, obviously, because you have 10 actions, but we're gonna try to make this concert quicker by just 1 action, literally. But so Mika here, and then Tomomi here, Mika here. Reno, Moika. Actually, no, let's take her out because we're gonna be working less idols, and I think she's the one who's graduating soon. So that, and that. If I pushed her with the policy pushes, I might have been able to keep her, but it's too late. Also, yeah. Still, I'm at the end game. I'm nearing the end of story mode, and I still can't get 100% projected attendance. Yes, I don't doubt there's a strategy to do so, but yeah. I hope you get what I mean without me saying, wow, I just cut that promotion went down the gutter. Fujimoto, why? RNG. That's the nature of RNG. So this nationwide audition is going to go through. I'm going to let all my workflows finish before I do anything else. I probably should have released another single. No, not yet. Without suffering from the debuff anyway. And then this. Am I going to go backwards? No, let's not go backwards, because I'm going to stifle my work. No, I should just go backwards. So, we're going to take the gold idol that appears here. Unless she's really, really bad. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to take Sarah here. Sarah? Looks like it said Sarah. Yeah, so Sarah. We're going to take her here. That's going to hurt my team chemistry, but Again, I'm not paying attention to the profit. I'm just paying attention to the amount of fans I can probably get. Let's socialize, actually. Let's use this time to do things at least. 14, 25, yeah. I should have completed that one. No? Really? Fame points from a variety show. Fame points... Does this really not increase anymore once I reach 10? What is going on here? I might be doing something wrong. Maybe it is increasing just really slowly. Never mind. Also because I think my levels are... No, they're the level 3. That's almost near max, so you know what? I guess, unless it's only... Okay. No, I think I know what's happening. Never mind. She wants to make a single. Cool. Let's actually try to... No, let's let her go. Actually, I could just fire her right now, but... Let's be nice, alright? Let's be nice about it. Logistics. And let's keep going. Little fun fact about me, if I were to work on any art, it would be pixel art. Not because it's LOL easy. Let me be the first to tell you right now, pixel art is not easy. And the way I like to word it a lot is pixel art. Every pixel can be akin to the stroke of a brush, let's just say. So there's that. So every pixel does have its place, and every pixel can be likened to the stroke of a brush, if we were to put it poetically. And that's all I'll say about that. With that, even if that was a threshold, I'm not a great pixel artist myself. I will admit that right out. However, I have done work here and there, just trying to make things work, obviously. So, and if I were to say what is the best part, what kind of artist I would probably be best at especially in the next 3 years, it would be pixel art, because that's all I could do. Again, it wouldn't be anything of a really complicated nature, especially since I'm doing a lot of things already in life. Then yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't do things. Also, Fujimoto-san is just sitting here. I should just make him do things as well. And that's right. He is here to do stuff. So let's start working on singles. More viral singles, more power. And I think I can set it to 3 million was the thing I said. Nope, let's do 2.5 million. Nope, let's do just 2 million. I'll set it to the one I had before, and let's go. Actually, no. Blah. Do nothing. Okay, now finally I can set my policy to something else. So security, relaxed. This gives you influence points, thankfully, so it's not all bad. But I think she's already at max, that's why it didn't give me anything. But let's see here. Oof, really? Well, it's fine. Put this in choreo. I should have gone the other way. I don't know why I did that, but it's too late now. 2.5 million, or just 2 million again. Use that for that. Wow, it saves it like that. Okay, that's interesting to note. But yeah, we'll go here. And then I don't think I have anything else left. I have a concert in the waiting in the wings. And we still need to wait for the 18th of October. So 2 months from now, basically. Actually, if I want to speed this up, I could just keep waiting at this point. I don't need to release singles. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And if for some reason I can't do the story mode correctly, then well, that's gonna be interesting. So I guess this is gonna be a quick AMA because each day is approximately 8 seconds. Someone said 7, but I want to say actually let's time it right now. I know it's gonna be really bad. I've stopped watched it before, but let me see. Okay. Oh goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, maybe 8. I'll still say 8 seconds. So 30, pretty much 30 days. So waiting for October. So that's about 1 month and a half. So it's gonna take about 8 seconds, 10, 80 seconds, 240 seconds, and then half of that is 360. So it's gonna take about 6 minutes for us to get to that. And let me just say that someone got 1.5 million, but let's make another interim save or waiting save, and then we'll go again. I'm keeping a lower fan count, especially if you know how to burst your fan count higher in a short span of time, then is better for you. But you still need to be able to top a single because of things I'm about to do. I guess I should also accept these proposals as well. So you work on variety shows, and I'll work on this. Actually, well, we should just get these out. Okay, never mind. I might be able to complete the story mode like this now. Oh, we'll find out. Marketing, so she's going to cancel her job, but we're going to let this run, and if anyone has any questions, now's the time. Because I'm just going to be sitting here waiting for time to run. Again, if I wanted to keep being optimal, I guess I could also do this concert here as well. Yeah, because I'll have time. So, another concert in a month. That way we have the money to put out more singles. And then we'll wait for the next story thing. So, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. If nothing else, this stream will probably be at minimum 3 hours long. 4 hours I might consider stopping, but it depends on how close I get to the end, so... yeah. 9 actions, so I need to actually not waste the card on these. Again, the number of cards should... especially if you're working with good staff members, should equal the amount of actions you have. Yes, maybe not 10, but at least 9, so you know, you can keep in mind how many, you can at least use all of your cards, even though some of them may not be useful because, well, the accident chance may already be at 10%, or stamina already may be high, so on and so forth, so... I'm gonna skip one. I actually don't remember how many songs I have left now. Now I'm just gonna pick this and blah blah. So right now, I'm pretty sure I have. Obviously, things are happening. Ooh, ow! I hit my wrist on the table. Not really ow, but oof. But yeah, things are happening in the gaming industry right now. But I'm still trying to chill. Although I am struggling through life right now. So again, shameless promotion. The best thing you can do for me is subscribe, or get more people to subscribe to me. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing what I am doing. YouTube is not my job, so if it works out, it works out. If not, if not. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, mainly what I do is what I said before is correct. I write, and I'm a game dev myself. So if nothing else, playing games will help me kind of think about my own game that I work on during the day. Among other things, obviously, I have family members around me. I have pets. We have dogs, plural. And yeah, that's that. Not really much. I mean, obviously, I do my share of internet surfing. I look on the internet and do look up a bunch of things here and there. Sometimes for research, sometimes just for pleasure, leisure. I try to stay in tune with topics that may not be things that I commonly look at, but I mean, at least refreshing in terms of, it refreshes my mind in terms of keeping my mind open, keeping my mind working as I'm aging through, because I don't consider myself too young, but I am getting older, so I gotta pay attention there. Again, I know I said I was doing, but the least I'll do is look at these business proposals. But yeah. Also, that should kind of clue you in that I don't really go out much. And if you look on me on certain sites, I do not. Yeah, you can kind of see me. I mean, I'm not. The rabbit isn't a mascot. I am not a VTuber, so yeah, it is what it is. I do things. I try to take care of dogs, although I do get frustrated. That's a thing that's happened to me here and there, and we're here at the recording studio. Yeah, I do take care of dogs, but I do have my own. I'm not a perfect human by any degree. If you ask me about relationship advice, if you ask me about social advice, if you ask me about doing certain things here and there, I am not the person to ask for that. However, what I am the person to ask for are things very, very specific, like maybe writing advice, like maybe what's it like trying to be a game dev or trying to be up-and-coming game dev? Don't ask me what success is like, because what I assume most people's definition of success is in terms of game development, I have not reached that level. So there's that. And then obviously there's my time as a gamer. You can also ask me about my history, because yes, I did used to compete. Usually it's only in my state, because I live in America, United States of America. But I have competed competitively in video games before. Obviously I've never placed like first or anything. I mean, I've placed first here and there, but usually things that are local, not at the state level. But I do have fond memories of the time I played fighting games. Last I know I've played fighting games, I think at least around 10 years ago. So it was a really long time ago, and I was in high school, so you can kind of do the calculations if you want to really calculate my age, but none of that's really a secret. On top of that, I guess I could also talk about why, if someone ever asks, and I know I've been asked this question at least twice in my memory, but Jordan, why have you never become a VTuber? Well, one, because of if you just said my name is Jordan, and two, because my identity, there have been more than a few people who have just like not been very discreet in terms of just calling me by name, whether that's in other video games or whether that's in life, whether on the internet. At this point, one thing that VTubers need to be able to do is be discreet, and not saying that I'm not discreet, but I'm not the most discreet person myself. I know I'm always scared of making mistakes, because I know I'll make mistakes, but for the most part, it would be hard for me to become a VTuber in that regard, let's just say, because information about me is not really hidden at any point, especially not, yeah. So there's that, among other things. Two, and not saying that being a VTuber is easier. Oh, being a real I don't know what you call it. Not being a VTuber is harder. They both have their challenge. I've talked about this before, but both sides have their challenges. And I do respect VTubers, and I do like the fact that we have VTubers. Without VTubers, I want VTubers around, basically. I do want VTubers around. And I hope that the same is said for those who are VTubers right now. I hope you appreciate people who are not VTubers. As we see from people who collab, people who are VTubers and people who are not VTubers collabing right now, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it can be healthy things. Just keep it healthy, alright? Just, I hope nothing bad happens. Of course, it is what it is. But then that's not fair to say that there are downsides to certain parts of either being a VTuber, not being a VTuber, because that's true for a lot of industries, alright? So let's be real about it. As much as I say, again, I'm not the best. Again, if you're asking me for certain pieces of advice, don't ask me for advice if it requires street smarts, because I am not that person. If anything else, you can try to ask me. We can have intellectual talks, but we can talk intellectually. But if we have larger things to worry about at hand, then I'd rather us worry about larger things at hand. Oof, my stamina. But yeah. The only other thing I can talk about is my college days, but I mean, I wanted to get this out there anyway, but yeah, I did have my tough times through college, alright? I have cried before, and I've never broken out. I don't consider myself to have any mental issues, let's just say, but I have on occasion reached my down points, and again, I will admit right now that I have cried, and I will admit right now that I have not ever been the best teammate. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that. I have had my moments where I am not the best, strongest member of my team. That's also true in MMORPGs like FF14, where I am not the strongest member. I wouldn't say I would consider myself, I guess, to say it in that regard, I know I have been the weakest member in my raid group before, and in college I have been the weakest member of a team. So, I will say that. And I've cried before, so just to air that out there. Just to air out, not dirty laundry, it's just laundry that's, I think, needs airing out at some point. So, there is that. I have had my hard points in life. But whether or not they are important life learning situations, so it is what it is. Hey Sarah, you want to prove your point? Here, now's your chance to prove yourself. Yeah, let's not put all the burden on little Hayaka-chan there. By the way, I could have also majored in Japanese. I chose not to, and the only I think I can talk about this safely, but basically, the only one of the biggest reasons I did not major in Japanese is because I did not take a trip to Japan. Basically, that was literally one of the only things stopping me from majoring Japanese. And that was the hardest thing, basically. So if that was the hardest thing to do, um, then yeah. And I've also I think I've talked about this before. I also rejected a trip to Hawaii. So, and so most people would be excited to go to Japan. Most people would be excited to go to Hawaii. And both trips were pretty much free in a way. But I just turned them both down. And now it is what it is. I wouldn't say I'm fluent enough I'm fluent enough in Japanese to translate, say, a manga without any technical help from the internet. However, まあ、いきなり日本語を喋ったら、ちょっと変だと思うから、that's, I would have to kind of prepare myself. I'm not very, I don't really know a lot of, basically, 日本語大丈夫じゃないです. If I were to, I know I'm kind of playing around with my accent there, but yeah, just that should already tell you. At least, also, intonation and syntax is not really my strong point. If you've already listened to my English already, so yeah, don't rely on me to translate anything from Japanese to English. Don't rely on me to have a very fluent Japanese conversation. But the potential was there. I mean, I did take Japanese in high school. I do obviously, based on the games I play and among other things, yeah, that's gonna be scandal points, but it's fine. But I can do the next story. But to close this out, Japanese is a language. To also simplify it, I mean, I do a lot of Japanese research outside of my work and stuff. And I've taken Japanese in high school and I've taken Japanese in college. I've not retained some things that I should have retained, but to simplify it, I am more fluent in Japanese than I am in my native language, Hmong, and that might say a lot about myself, but yeah. And yes, I am a Hmong American. So there's that. Yeah, here we go. More Fujimoto-san. More Fujimoto. Although they all apparently go in, and I guess to go back on the topic of Title Manager, I can understand why people don't like. Wow, really on Chapter 5 only? Well, I mean Chapter 6. Yeah, well. We're going to sit through here, though. It's not really... I'm just going to speed through the game at this point. But, yeah, I understand why people have criticized Idle Manager for its... in my opinion, not poor writing, but I'm literally quoting reviews when they say poor writing, because I can kind of see where that comes from, because in terms of, like, non-linear storytelling, I mean, obviously it has to be linear to some degree, but Idle Manager's story, I can see how the lack of branching options, even though the game does have multiple endings, which I give it credit for. Again, I'm not saying that I'm the one saying this. I'm saying when people say it, I can see objectively where they might be coming from. Because for the most part, if we reach this point already, I guess it's not much of a spoiler to say a lot of them eventually branch. Yes, there are different routes, but they branch into the Summer Athletic Games. You're not somehow, say you're not on Kakona's route, you're not competing in the Tokyo arena, or you're not, when you go into Aya's route, there's not something you need to, you don't need to do something different. Eventually, all of this comes towards the Summer Games again. So, in terms of that variety, there's not really much of it. I understand people that, and, but most people kind of criticize the writing of Idle Manager in terms of the plot lines. Like, maybe some people want more events, maybe some people want more of, other things. And let me save it here because this is the Summer Games. The exclamation point. So, and then after this, Chapter 6 is just another waiting game, so that's why I said we could just kind of just sit through and wait. This is the main point. For those who don't know, this is the main, this is the hardest point, basically, is what we're going to say. So, with this said, I need a single that tops the charts, so let's release a single here. And let's see what happens. Again, I saved already, so We'll do another interim save. So that save is more for that. I know I just saved it, but we'll do that just to be sure. But yeah, so this is the big, kind of nearing the grand finale, but oof. I should have done a handshake event. I don't know why I did this, but it's too late. Actually, you know what? I was supposed to do a handshake one. Never mind. Let's let's load it. Big oopsies. But yeah, if nothing else, viral campaign ad campaign. Let's do this one. Oh, I didn't even get the. I got the Steam achievement because I didn't do. If this is red, I swear to goodness. Oh my god. Shut up, Bobber! Why you do this? Why have you done this to me? Yeah, I'll at least release one single, but let's work on a handshake single while working on. You know what? Again, let's just set this to 2 million just in case. I don't think I will need it, but actually, let's check a little. I'm gonna save scum a little bit here because I thought I had a handshake event somewhere. Yeah, we did. So HS singles. So let me load it again. Those are the ones I was planning to use. Not what I had before. So let's go to our handshake singles. These were lower in stats, but these have the higher chance of getting to the top of the single chart. Although 400,000 is probably not great. So let me check charts. That's kind of your way to tell. Yeah. So I will do it normally, but if someone pops, then I will not top the singles chart. So therefore, more handshake singles. Or ad campaigns so that I can get an ad campaign that at least helps me out. And I can make these easily too to put my upper limit higher. My words are not good, but... So we'll do this. And then we will do an ad single. And hopefully we get an ad single that actually succeeds. Oop. I probably don't even need to go that high, because if I look at the singles that we'll do it for these singles, but for the other ones, yeah, because if you notice, the ones that pop don't go above like 1.5 mil at the moment, so I could just easily, if I wanted to be frugal with my stuff, then yeah, I would have done something else different. Anywho, so we'll save over this. So how do you start getting inflow of money from media or something? I want to say that the intention of media is not for profit, for monetary profit. It's meant for fans. The problem with the media, so making shows and stuff, is that even then, the amount of fans you get from shows is usually not that great. So, my personal answer would be to not rely on shows for money. But if you had to try to get money from shows, then I think it would rely on your fan count, but don't quote me on that. Again, I'm not the one to ask for fans, but if I were to say something, because if you look at the profit margins for these, like for say even this one, my audience member. Oh, let me close this. Let me pause it really quick. So here I had an audience of 300,000, and yet I still was losing a profit of 10 million per week, and that was probably because of the host that I used. I was using a legendary host. It might depend on fame values too. Basically, everything but the amount of money you put in, and also the stats of the staffers working on it. Again, if you're trying to make a profit off shows, if you really want to, I don't advise it. But if I were to theorize making shows, then it would be the amount of fans you have, like the opinion of your fans, and the amount of fans you have. And then after that, look at your staffer stats. If those are not if you work on those and you're still not getting an influx of money, after that, I would try to play with the host of the show and the idols that you're putting in, basically. Because you know how, when you make a show, so let's make one show right here. And so say you want to do, so the host doesn't really affect. It says that if you're looking at it, it only affects the amount of fame points you get. So you can say no host, but here, if the amount of fans and the opinion of your fans are not high enough to get you a profit, along with the production value that goes into making a show, then you want to look at the stats that the idols contribute to the show. And if it's not high enough, then if it's not high enough and you're not getting a profit off radio or internet or TV, then you want to change it. But again, my personal advice is don't rely on shows, because even if we didn't have concert cheese or single spamming, it just doesn't return a profit. It just doesn't return a good enough profit for you to even manage a full staff of members, unless there is some way. If there is, again, I'm not the expert to ask for this. If you ask the community, they might have a better answer, aside from a real answer, not just LOL do concerts and stuff. Yeah, maybe there's another answer that I don't see, but I haven't really worked with shows, because it's basically the amount of work that you have to put into trying to actually make a profit off of shows is the sacrifice and the cost of that is just too high. Whether that's time cost and talking to your idols and whatnot, whether that's time cost improving their stats, so the cute, cool, sexy, pretty, funny, smart. Because if you notice, these don't ask for vocal or dance, so obviously an idol that has higher stats on these values might do better for your show and might contribute more to make it a profit, until we learn the exact way that profits alone are calculated. But for the most part, the intent seems to be that shows are not for profit. It's more for fame and farming new fans. But like I said, in relation to your question, if you were to want to get an inflow of money, even just staying in the green, so I'm just going to say even 10, 20, 30,000 per show or per episode, then yeah, I would say look at your fans, look at your current fame, and then look at the stats that your idols are contributing. If the host does also affect your profit for whatever reason, even though that makes no sense because you're giving them a salary, so therefore your profit will be lower, then maybe. But and yeah, these are you could say, someone might say, oh, level these up, but I feel like leveling them up is more also, again, for getting more fans. Although obviously getting more fans means more profit, but that's what I mean by shows are kind of in an odds point, because if you're just trying to make a profit, then yeah, I can understand. Like I said, up your idol stats, up your fans' opinion of you, and then have a lot of fans tuning in. But otherwise, like, if you want more money out of it, I don't know what to tell you. It's not really great, basically, in my opinion. If there is a way to do it, then I'd like to know. But as of right now, again, I might be testing it out more later, but yeah, my answer is not the best, but that's my answer to that question. How to get an influx of money from shows. And then, like I said, my personal opinion, you shouldn't be using shows. It's going to be singles at the least. Assuming we don't have concert cheese, singles are supposed to be your way of getting a reliable income, in my opinion. Whether that's the intent of the devs or not, that just seems to be how it is based on how singles are built objectively. But and then special events are more for the burst of profit. Although right now, like obviously concert cheese, you have too much of that. Also, some people keep popping, so rip trying to get a single, but that tops the charts. What are you talking about? There we go. So avoid scandals, that one's easy, but on unfair, apparently you need to do all 4 objectives, so... And then we have I here to tell me what we need to do. And we have a bunch of scandal points, so actually I think we might end up dying here. that scandal might have ended up hurting us. So let us, if we get more you know what? The funny thing is, if we get more scandal points, we can just do a burst of yeah, anywho. Let's just do this. I think it's this way. Yeah. Question mark. Let's do this. And what will we change? We change lyrics to either loneliness or anxiety or something. So basically just training this. This should be kind of self-explanatory what you need to do, but we'll do EDM here. And we'll finalize this and we'll prepare it. 2 or less, but we can fix this by December. No, not by December. 2 or less. 2 or less. Yeah. So let's do this right now. We can fire someone. So yeah, we lose 3 scandal points. There we go. And then we will use a policy to remove more. I thought one of these was worth 2 scandal points, but let's find out. Nope. This one is worth 6, but static. Yeah, so forbidden here. Or we already... Oh, okay. We'll change the policy later. We're already at that point, so... when we release this next single, we'll just go all out on... Actually, yeah, we'll go all out next time. I made a mistake. I might fail this, but it's fine. Yeah, we need to top the charts. Okay, so we didn't need to do that much of Kokonas to unlock this. Maybe? No, I think I messed up. Oh, never mind. So 1.7 million, and let's find out if we can hit that. Because oof, this is gonna be a bit of a doozy. Although I kind of messed up because I was supposed to release a bunch of singles back to back beforehand. But wait, what? The last time, oh, never mind. I was supposed to start releasing singles now. Whoops. I thought I did though. Let me do a new save. Interim 2. And let's do this. So again, I'm doing a bit of a strat here, but actually, let's save it again. Because if one of these is a crit success, I want to use that one for the thingy. Oof, didn't work out. Although, if one of these crit successes, it's probably a high chance of me getting it. So we're gonna keep releasing like a madman here. So so we release 2 per day, pretty much. Although, like I said, if one of these is crit success, I'm immediately reloading it. Oh, this looks like it. This looks like it. Yeah. So again, this should be self-explanatory. Ah, goodness. Oof. Only 25,000, 26,000? Is that 26,000? Yeah, so what are the odds of this happening? If nothing else, I'll probably just end up making internet show. Again, the only time, so if I do end up using shows, I'm not going to use shows for profit. I'm going to use them to just get a huge fan boost. So what I plan to do, I have to go main menu and come back. So what I plan to do is, I hope this save wasn't beforehand. Wasn't after I released the single. But yeah, just to top it off, watch someone get 2 million. I'm gonna be so sad at myself. But it should be this one. So what we're gonna do is we're going to release a bunch of crit success viral campaigns. So I'm gonna be doing one more intern save, but this one should be near 2 mil. And then, yeah, that'll give me each one of these gives me like 20-30,000. But I'm also gonna start producing a TV show, so a large audience. But we're gonna basically hire a bunch of this. And we're gonna split the stamina cost between everyone. So TV. And we're gonna spam spa here because we need to keep releasing singles back to back. So every about 3 or 4 days, I'm planning to release a single. Meanwhile, what are you doing? Okay, no, we need to start spamming TV shows. So that as well. Also, I guess Fujimoto should get in on this. But yeah, I'll do this. And then after about a queue, or at least until someone who has lowest physical stamina is not at a danger level, so like Hinatsu here. Actually, I could throw her in here. And then when she gets near enough to finish, or when she gets close enough, I will... Because I'm pretty much top the charts. Like I said, no one usually breaks 2 million, so I should be good there. Keep my scandal points good, and then I've already done this. Yeah, everything should be okay at this point. Let's throw this in here. Add another crit success down here. So again, I'm going to make one intern save, so this is the... I'm going to make this different. And then we will release the single that I think this one is the one that's the crit success. Well, close. So my fan satisfaction doesn't matter because I'm using this to farm fans basically. So let's make sure that again people are not dying. So again, I'm gonna release when I see that the stamina is above 42. I'm gonna release another single. Because yes, my sales are affected, and maybe the fans are affected. The amount of maybe the amount of new fans is affected, but it doesn't seem like it. So again, these are another 1,000. She's dying again, so we put her in there. I should be declining these, and then we're gonna keep these set up. So yeah, around 3 or 4 TV shows, we'll see if that works out for me. But again, yeah, the point is to try to boost us. Ooh, I should have been working on a concert as well. Oh wait, we do have a concert ready. So we have another scandal point. I think we've failed that now. But we'll see. We'll see if it bugs out. Because technically... Yeah, technically... well, we'll see. We'll see. I just want to do this for science, so... So again, we're waiting for the physical stamina to kind of recover. And we're gonna release another single. Oof. Should also work on this concert. That's right, I have a concert as well. Let's see. Yeah, bullying is happening right now, but that's fine. Oh my god, I have to resort it because I've messed up. We're gonna launch both of these TV shows. And you can immediately see how many fans. So like I said, you can release singles or do shows, but like I don't understand. Let's do this. So 1,000 fans per month, but then that's not going to be enough to get to the fan limit. So again, as you can see right here, like these are not doing well. Alternatively, I could get into the concert now. But I'm going to wait a little bit to wait for stamina to recover just a little bit. 21st of December. I don't need to accept these, but because I'm waiting for the concert because I think that gives me new fans as well. And if I was really being optimal, I should have done this concert earlier. That way I could fix up another concert. I'm pretty sure they give you new fans. I don't know why I didn't think that, but we're gonna find out. Because I think if you look at it, there's also the World Tour, but the World Tour is not going to give me that much. So, let's find out. Again, this is me not being optimal at all. I'm actually been lower than suboptimal this playthrough. I made a lot of mistakes that I would never have made if I was like even just turning my brain off and being casual, but it is what it is. So talk break. Center stamina. So here, this concert is the most challenging thing, the most challenging concert because I've had low stamina, and I know that doesn't sound great, but that's just what happens. Let's lower accident chance, and we'll try to. I don't even remember what the last one was, but do that. Again, if I'm lowering accident chance, I guess it is more helpful than the other two, but... Do we have another talk break? We do. If you're watching at this point and you didn't know, talk breaks are to help your other idols heal stamina while there are no heal stamina. So that's why you can do a couple songs, then put in a talk break. That way they can heal stamina. That lowers their accident chance and everything and so on and so forth. Alright, okay. So let's see here. So yeah, that is what it is. And they lost some of my idols. I'm pretty sure they have some stamina loss here and there. So let's keep going. So again, every 3 or 4 days, I'm going to be releasing a single to try to farm as many fans as possible. Otherwise, performance... Yeah, because performance-wise, I should be able to get more, but... Yeah. If I looked at my singles... Yeah, the amount of fans I'm getting is still worth it. So, you know... we'll do this. Also, I should not have people doing auto-training, but... Oof. Otherwise, I might have to come up with... Again, I was testing out this little strat for the end game here. Because, yeah, definitely 1,000 is not enough. So, whoopsie-doopsie. No auto practice, please. Yeah, reach 1.7 million fans, which might not happen. Probably not going to reach that before the deadline. Unfortunately. And again, this could be when it's like, oh, you're supposed to do shows every now and then. But again, look at how the amount of new fans... Unless you're doing... I mean, I guess... Okay, you know what? I think... Because if you have 10 shows and they're each getting you 500 fans, that's 5,000... No, that's still not enough. That's still not enough. So again, what you would have to do is keep your fan count low and then reach this point in the game. So yeah, again, it's not the most intuitive strategy, but that it also discourages slow playing. If at least in terms of if you keep trying to, increase their fan count, then it's bad because this requirement right here is a percentage base, 30% of your current fans. That's what it is. So yeah, it's not great. I mean, there are other ways to get fans too, but I put the rules in place for myself, so there's nothing much I can do anymore. So let's see here. Physical stamina. Let's release another single. And if I need to, I'm just gonna go all out on releasing singles. Just to try to get the last... It doesn't matter if I don't care if my idols get injured at this point. We're just trying to complete the game. And, you know, this is a successful viral campaign. Yeah, so 3,000 fans, so they're like, you still... I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting about something really important, but I can't remember at the moment. See, I'm nearing the threshold, and I am nowhere close to 1.7 mil. So, whoopsie doopsie. Yeah, people said unfair you needed all 4, so we're about to find out for sure. If anything, we have an English-speaking player streaming the game, showing what happens when you're in unfair mode. And this is usually the killer, total fans, because a lot of people, they just grow their fans absent-mindedly, and then they get to 1-2 million. On normal, it doesn't mean anything, because you can do the other top... You can do the top 3 pretty easily, but the other ones is... the other ones are kind of oof. So we're going to wait till the 20th of December. Then we're just going to go all out. So here we go. We're just going to release all these singles, and if idols get injured, idols get injured. It probably won't be enough unless they start giving me like 20,000-30,000 a pop, which like if you look at my early singles, you'll notice that they do. So right here, oh never mind. Here there's that. So the early ones, yeah, not really that much. But then you see like right here, 51,000 fans, 57,000 fans. Here, 60,000 fans. Here, 35,000 fans. Near 50,000 fans. So again, I think this might work out, but I just didn't release all my viral ones in time because I was stuck doing things that are not ultimately helping me. You've just seen me you see me produce shows, and they're only getting me 500 fans per episode. Unless they're getting me more and I'm misreading something, but again, let this go to show. Yeah, actually, yeah. Wait, what? Maybe not seeing something correctly. Anywho, we're just gonna release all these, and if again, like I said, if idols get injured, they get injured, but... Unless they can't be injured by releasing singles, which would be really, really strange, but let's find out. We might as well do science while we fail the story mode, right? So again, we're just gonna burn all of these. Although, to be fair, the fan count for some reason doesn't update right away. So if you fail due to that, even though you should be getting more fans, yeah, that's a little... I wouldn't say that's buggy, it's just really unfortunate. So yeah, again, and if you notice, a lot of my fans are hardcore fans, so... And if I would have failed due to the scandal points anyway, then that will just require me to make changes beforehand. So yeah. Okay, so it looks like I am losing more per. Yeah, so as you can see, my thing. I mean, I know some of them are having crit fails, but still. But if nothing else, that just means I might mean I need to line up a crit success. Unless all of these are being debuffed the same amount. But yeah. Ugh. But again, this is usually where people will kind of stumble and fall. If I really timed this right, because I did this before, I still would be under the effect of... See, I got 2,000 fans, so the number isn't consistent at all. But yeah, if I had a lower amount of, which is really strange, why would having a lower amount of fans increase your chance of success at this phase of the story mode? Unless, again, like I said, the intent is for you to try to be efficient and be faster, but I don't know, man. Again, this is on unfair. If you're on normal, you only need to do the top 3, but even then, the balance of the goals that you're set, I don't know. Unless, like I said, maybe there's actually a way that I'm not doing right, that allows you to farm like 20,000, 50,000 fans per week or something, but yeah. Otherwise, all you have left... Oh, I guess... But no, but that's even then that's not right, because you shouldn't lock... in my opinion, you shouldn't lock someone behind a cooldown. Let's see here really quickly. Well, no, there's no way to tell. Anywho. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep doing this. And we'll see how many fans we end up with. And see how close we got. Granted, a lot of these are failures. If I wanted to be safer, I would have just queued up a bunch of regular campaigns, but... Yeah, so obviously my opinion's been shot down because I keep doing this. So again, that also works against me. Oh my goodness, RNG! But yeah, you see. Okay, well, yeah. Anywho, let's keep going here. We might again. I'm gonna just play all of these out. I might actually run out of money before I run out of singles to release, but you know. Yeah, so here it's kind of bleh. Also because I'm hurting myself. Obviously, these are the same category of strategy, so there is burnout for that. So if I wanted to try to be kind of efficient, I should have made them different categories of singles, but so this one, we'll see how much this one gives me. Yeah. Granted, that was a crit success, so that's not really too fair, but... And this is the handshake. This is another handshake. Oof. And we're down to our last two singles. I'll probably do some research outside of the stream, but yeah, we'll do this. And if we fail, we fail. If not, then well, I guess we'll just see. Technically, we've already received. Well, we'll check on the main menu when we get there. But here's our last single. Black. But opinion was high for that one. Well, also because I shot. My opinion is shot. So so there we go. I heard a lot of their mental stamina. And we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure based on this, it's supposed to be a failure because you need to get all 4 of these. You need to hit all 4 of these, but let's find out. Ah. Yep, yeah, so this is the failure. Alright, so yeah, that's that. But let's go to the main menu and check, because if it doesn't require it anyway, I mean, we at least get the root, but we'll see. Well, hold on. Let's go to stats. Okay, so now yeah, you need to actually complete the summer games with Fujimoto to do it. So I'll work on doing that, and if I need to start from an earlier checkpoint, then I will. But otherwise, yeah, that's that for now. I'll be testing outside the stream too, but other than that, I think I'm gonna plan to end the stream here. I'll stick around for about a minute or two in case anyone has any questions or suggestions for things I could do for another playthrough if I plan to play Idle Manager more. But other than that, yeah, I'll be around. Jared and MML. Until next time.